607.
Well, welcome back to a Thursday afternoon edition of Live on Patrol. Our apologies for not starting with the song. We just felt with all the events of the past week that wouldn't be appropriate to start with some spunky, upbeat song. But we'll bring the music back here at some point in the future. But it's obviously been a difficult week for everyone. Of course, the Kenosha incident and the follow-up there, and then last night in Minneapolis was a long night for law enforcement. And of course, yesterday's civil unrest really began with a rumor that the Minneapolis Police Department had shot someone, and in reality that wasn't the case. The young man had committed suicide, and in a very unusual move, but probably it did help quell some of the civil unrest. The mayor of Minneapolis decided to release the video 90 minutes after the rumors had begun, just to try to quell the rumors. So of course there was a peaceful protest that had taken place in Minneapolis across the Stone Arch Bridge earlier in the evening, and then compiled with the social media posts that went on. It was turned into be quite a night for law enforcement. And about 8 o'clock last night, I did get a call from Sheriff Hutchinson asking if we would send some help over to Minneapolis. So we did send 25 Ramsey County Sheriff's deputies over to help Sheriff Hutchinson, and they were deployed in a variety of ways over there. But I spent a couple hours on the streets there myself, and I have to tell you that it is disheartening watching, blatant looting. It's there. We've been at this. Pat is here with me. We've been at this a number of years, and there's a wide variety, a big spectrum of people and individuals that engage police or law enforcement, or but certainly majority of protesters are law-abiding, and then you have a group of people that want to enhance the visibility through some vandalism, and of course there's always a group of gawkers, people that just want to watch and enjoy being a part of an event. And then of course there's arsonists, people that burn buildings down. So there's just a wide variety, but the most troubling group, and this is what I saw last night, is that at least after 9 o'clock, and I'm sure this wasn't the case before during the peaceful protests, but after 9 o'clock, the majority of individuals downtown Minneapolis were interested in looting. And looting is a troubling event, so it has such negative impact on the economy, the businesses down there, and so hopefully that won't happen tonight. But the looters are really in it for themselves. It really, those that are involved in looting, it's not about the message or what happened in Kenosha or here. It's about some form of economic gain. And that's not unusual in our business, Pat, because 80% of the crime that we investigate usually has some economic gain, no matter what type of crime it is.
Absolutely. Sometimes pre-planned, and sometimes like tonight, or last night, where it was opportunistic.
There you have it.
And there's a saying that in some circles, let no tragedy go to waste. And unfortunately, opportunistic people sometimes take advantage of that and resort to looting and property damage.
Yeah. I saw several people carrying stuff out of sacks, and I forget the name of the stores exactly, but just tons of clothing that was being taken there in downtown Minneapolis. And there had to be 1,000 people on the streets, and certainly not all 1,000 were involved in looting, but it's just tough for law enforcement to weed through there and address the looting. Go ahead.
And there was a Minneapolis officer severely injured with what appeared to be the heavy metal lid to one of the trash cans that are around downtown Minneapolis, and it was thrown into the back of his head, and it appeared he was knocked unconscious.
Yeah, and we saw in the news earlier today on WCCO that there was another individual just sucker punched or blind. He was talking to someone else. A lot of liquor stores vandalized and taken. A lot of liquor taken as well. Clothes, jewelry. There was a jewelry store burglarized over here in Ramsey County as well. So I don't know. The sad part is all of that looting negatively impacts the tax base of Minneapolis, because a lot of businesses saying they've had enough. And if we're really a community and we want to grow and be able to help people that need help, which of course is our goal, you need to have an economic base to really drive from. So,
and it's just hearing that a lot of businesses are disheartened with the atmosphere in downtown Minneapolis right now.
By the way, we're westbound on Thomas from Marion. There are a number of calls. There's 26 calls in pending right now, ranging from parking issues to narcotics and domestics. I will tell you that we would hope. Hang on a second.
St. Paul 790. Occupants of vehicle Delta Lima X-ray 537, it's a Honda Civic, black in color, involved in the drive-by shooting yesterday. Officer safety information: a .45 cal firearm was used and not recovered. Information at 1518.
Yeah, we'll give you that plate, viewers. If you see this car, we want it. So, Pat, you got that license plate handy somewhere?
Yeah, it is D like in Delta, L like in Lima, X like in X-ray, 537, and it's a black Honda Civic involved in a shots fired incident where a person was actually shot at.
So that's one of our targets for tonight.
255, I come up to the narcotics complaint, 1518.
It has been a fairly busy day and afternoon so far.
Yeah, and of course, with everything going on, every department is making plans to have additional resources to deploy to Minneapolis if necessary, or to deploy to other cities that might need help. So,
510 out.
What that means is sometimes we have actual less people handling calls and more handling the violence. So you wish you could count on then nothing happening, but unfortunately, we can't count on that any longer. So we have to assume that. Well, in fact, Chief Arredondo at his press conference today said that 29% of the people that were arrested.
506 to 510, I'm at Stanley in Montreal.
29% of the people that were arrested were from St. Paul, and only 25 from Minneapolis, and the rest lived outside of the St. Paul, Minneapolis area. So,
you always like to expect more of your own city, and that's a little bit disheartening.
There is a curfew in Minneapolis tonight, 8 o'clock curfew. Mayor in Chief announced that today around noon. I don't know if there's a curfew yet in St. Paul. I know the mayor over here has been considering it, putting a curfew. But I don't know if he's made any decision. But I do know he was considering it this afternoon. So tough call, tough call, because curfews require shutting down businesses too. So, and they're tough to enforce, but we'll see what the mayor decides later. We'll know more by 8:30 or so if there's likely any problems. But we did have some looting on Grand Avenue. which of course a lot of economic stores there. So we're westbound on Thomas at Grotto. Number of shots fired and shooting calls in the last week, since we last joined you. Now we're southbound on Grotto. I know a lot of you did text us and say, please let us know where you're at. We're going to try to be better at that. This is our old patrol area from the old West Sector days.
I spent about 17 years as Squad 135.
Yep.
With either Joe Flaherty or Tom Arnold as my partners.
And the 1 stood for the 1 sector, or really the West Sector. It used to be 6 different precincts, but then it was 3 until the 1 stood for that. The 3 stood for the shift, which was the afternoon shift, the 3rd shift. Back then you called midnights the 1st shift, days the 2nd, and afternoons the 3rd. And then the 5 stood for the district. And the 5 in this 135 area was really the Dale Victoria University area, which was at that time was the busiest district in the West team. So that was Pat's district. By then I was a supervisor, but I always liked working 115, which was the midnight car down here, just because there was more activity than out in the warehouse district.
Which would have been the same geographic area, that last number, the 5, that 135 covered.
Yeah.
And we're westbound on University at Victoria now.
I don't know if any of our law enforcement partners can tell us if the video is good or the audio. We always like to know, how it's looking. The thing about this job, I know a lot of you read the story in the newspaper, and I want to thank you for your comments. That was in the newspaper, but like I said then, and you never know what's around the corner, and we've been in a way lucky that in our travels we haven't had a situation that deteriorated fast, but I have to say that at some point we're going to get into one of those, right? And
it's inevitable.
And it's hopefully you'll be able to see our attempts at de-escalation and use of less lethal. I'm a big fan of using chemical agent rather than some form of force, but not every officer uses some of the available tools that are there. But I guess my point is, the time does come, in the course of the patrol person's life or career, that they, have to use some additional force to control a person's behavior and to put them, actually to arrest them. So hopefully that's, with us, that isn't going to be that often. But I just want you to know that, I've been really surprised so far that it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, maybe people know when we're out and they say, we better stay inside tonight. Bob and Pat are out.
I'm starting to wonder. Actually, we went to the Mr. Car Wash to get the car washed. Somebody's waving to us over there. We got to go over and say hi. Went to the Mr. Car Wash on the way, and the woman that checked us in said, "Hey, I watch you guys." So maybe there is something to do there. This person is waving. I don't know if they needed us or not. Guess not. She's all good. But anyhow, Mr. Car Wash, they do a great job. They got those cloth car washers. They don't scratch your car, but they actually get it clean. right?
And maybe you even notice how much clearer the images are tonight.
Well, yeah,
because of that.
we couldn't be driving around in a dirty car tonight. Now that we don't mind driving a dirty car at nighttime, you know, but it's the daylight now. So
That's right.
So we have to have a clean car because then, you know,
You got to represent the sheriff's office.
Represent the sheriff's office, exactly. So it was Mr. Car Wash Day today down on 7th Street.
179-205.
So we're eastbound on Pierce Butler.
You're welcome. 1527.
Some West Minnehaha Rec Center on our right.
Yeah, and those rec people there, West Minnehaha, have done a great job for years. I tell you what I love watching, you know, the kids out there. And they used to have a good football program there too, as well. A lot of good youth football programs around. I don't know if they're allowed to play this year because of COVID, but
698.
so
698.
not too many calls here.
EOT all day shift PO.
You know, back to what you were saying about de-escalation.
Yeah,
What goes unrecognized that on virtually any call that an officer or deputy is out on,
4490.
other than just a basic report call, there's an element of de-escalation that generally takes place in every single call,
yeah.
which is why almost all calls get resolved without any incident whatsoever because of excellent de-escalation skills.
This vehicle doesn't fire past the flat tire. Then the lot closest to the overlap.
So all right, I'm gonna take this call. I'm not gonna let you listen into it, but you can kind of guess what it is. But I gotta take this phone call. Yes, sir. I'm just checking to see if you guys are gonna take responsibility for the Capitol still.
We're eastbound on Como now, approaching Marion Street.
510 or 506 status for medic.
510.
Status for medic.
All right. Right now I'm live, so I'm gonna. But I got the answer I needed. But if we need to talk more, I'll call you offline. All right. Thank you.
Now we're eastbound on Pennsylvania, passing the holiday station you see often on these live feeds.
So, anyhow, it's an interesting time for law enforcement. Obviously, it was a call regarding preparations for tomorrow night, but we just need to be very nimble and flexible, be able to move resources to wherever the issue might surface. And the one difference last night is I talked to Sheriff Hutchinson. He said they arrested 129 people yesterday.
129.
129. So I think that the time has come that actually when looters are running the streets, it is time to actually arrest people in Minneapolis. And you know, you saw the mayor and the chief today say that, William, yeah.
The dispatch calling dispatch.
Anyhow. So this old furniture store, Karen Fabry. It hasn't been open for years. I don't know, but still got
Long
their
time.
sign up there. And my mom and dad, they love that old Mediterranean type furniture, that unique stuff. So they used to come down to Karen Fabry Furniture. I'm surprised. Actually, at one point I asked him if I could buy the sign from him, because the sign's been up for 20 years and I don't think it's been open for 20 years. But Karen Fabry on Rice Street, and
3925.
but they had a great unique furniture. I don't know where they got it, but French Mediterranean and stuff like that. So if you're ever at my mother's house, it's all still there. Well, for all furniture from, and obviously she's lived in the same house since 1956, so she's been buying furniture there for some time. Hi guys, guess what? Did you know that you're supposed to drive on the right side of the street?
Yes, I know that. Sorry.
All right, see that guy? You're in that guy's way. All right? Have a good night.
So we're on Winnipeg Street, just off of Rice, which has been a very busy spot lately. A number of shootings.
So we got the sheriff's camera there on Winnipeg, and just because there's so much going on, the police department now has their camera here at Manitoba and Rice Street, across from Bourne's. But Bourne's has a very good camera system themselves. They've upgraded their video there at Bourne's.
Good quality camera systems have helped solve a lot of crimes.
That's the future. That is the future. Well, that pizza looks good coming out of Mama's Pizza, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I don't think I had much lunch. I didn't have any lunch today, now that I think about it.
32 clear.
That looks really good. Anybody's watching us at Mama's, tell Tony we'll come by and get a pizza whenever it's ready.
150. Responded back for domestic 241 East Baker Street. Child's mother just slashed cops vehicles and is now inside the home. Is a black female, 31 years old, wearing a pink shirt and blue jeans, named T.R.E. Moore.
So that's a domestic over on the west side of St. Paul. Just went by Dar's Double Scoop again. A lot of people there at the current time, huh?
Yeah.
Used to have a substation right here at
Squad 232.
Rice and Rose, Ben Doran Honorable Substation.
Troy.
Can you break from your PPV and assist 250 with this domestic at 241 East Baker Street?
Copy that.
50.
Beautiful day. Get out and enjoy it. Not too many of these days left. But we are coming up on, hey guys, there's some people there. Just drove by a house that was watching us. Coming up on the anniversary of a number of homicides. I asked our analyst team to pull that together. I don't know, actually, Fran, if you're listening, or maybe you can even text them. See, I know there's a couple this week in August.
44, 42.
Anniversaries of the homicides that we had last year.
Yep.
44, 42.
August and
So a lot more
Yeah,
September, but
2997 Chisholm Parkway.
just check,
North,
text
center
Fran
pull
and
for a man
ask him
down
which
by the
homicides
shed in the
occurred
back.
this
Wearing
week.
a white shirt,
But
blue jeans, white shoes. Copy.
Because generally, the anniversary dates, especially the first
Curfew
year
4 Squad
anniversary,
2 Assist 4442 at 2997 Chisholm Parkway.
a lot of times the anniversary date ends up being a date of retaliation.
Did you say to text him?
Yeah, just you guys
4490.
just text him if he's good. I know he's working on the list.
Go ahead.
If there's no one else over where I can head that way too.
Copy, you didn't make it to 6095 Tennessee Davis.
Yeah, we did have a couple high-speed chases the other this week, and didn't put them on live, but we had one that started here in St. Paul. The trooper got up, Trooper 9, and the helicopter got up and helped us. It went over to North Minneapolis, and 4 juveniles bailed out of the car. We did catch majority of them. We didn't get all of them. Stolen Jeep that was in that they were in.
I'm going to send that to Joe, too.
There hasn't been many calls. I think that Maplewood call, that West Side call, and the Maplewood call, the only one we've had for a while. Lost a car up here on Maryland last night, another stolen car, a black Acura with no plates. St. Paul gang unit spotted it, was attempting to arrest a guy. He took off at a high speed. They chose not to pursue him.
It's in here.
Copy.
Was it? Oh, good. Should be a list in there. Did he say it's in there?
Yeah.
We got an intel document that we looked at. We're trying to find out the. I think. Oh, keep going. What do we got there?
A lot of stuff.
A lot of good information, but
Mm-hmm.
one more page left. It's got to be on the last page there.
I got a few more. Oh, here we go.
All right. So here's some key dates. Why don't you go ahead and read them there, Patrick?
All right, we've got
Start with the August ones.
August 19th.
That was. I'm looking for the ones just the
not
murder.
that one.
No. Randy Davis, yeah. Randy Davis was killed on August 19th. That's already passed.
Got,
Casey Finer's death was September 7th, huh?
yep. Then we've got Ramez Ross, Mezzy Ross,
Zero.
September 9th.
Yep.
Rayvel Carter outside his church, September 18th. Jericho Boykin, October 6th. That happened on the west side. And Sean Jones, that'll be in October 27th. That was at Dale and St. Anthony.
Yeah. So anyhow, the next week or two, just a couple anniversary dates. Gotta pull over here for a minute. Sorry about that. Don't want to be texting while I'm driving.
And we just turned southbound onto Forest from Maryland.
Plus 539.
I'm gonna make a phone call real quick. A lot going on today in the police road. Sorry about that.
97, if you're available for call.
The latest is that Mayor Carter has not declared a curfew for St. Paul. That is subject to change should something happen.
A female approached
But,
the car, put something sharp against her back, and demanded her to draw from ATM, give her cell phone or
That,
her purse. But
sorry, I had to do a little bit of adjustment to some volume.
Your call at 78 10th Street, apartment 3010, if you're available for this call.
But as of right now, there is no curfew for St. Paul. Minneapolis is, I believe, from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m. tomorrow. There's just been so much this last week nationwide that anything anywhere in the country, I think a large part due to social media and people immediately knowing about it, can cause disturbances and anger, outrage, sadness anywhere in the country. And unfortunately, it's sometimes compounded by misinformation, like was done yesterday with the murder suspect who committed suicide in front of the officers. Like the sheriff said, not a whole lot going on right now, but it was rather busy. Yesterday and last night and overnight was busy all through the night. Earlier today was fairly active, and we have yet to see what's in store for tonight. Last night there were a number of shots fired calls throughout the city. I'm not aware of anyone having been struck by the gunfire, but there were a lot of shots fired incidents.
Medics on a slumber 597 Holly of the
351 EOT.
Have a good night, 1546.
467.
Regarding that black Honda we put information out on earlier, if anyone were to see it, please don't text us with that information. Call 911 with it, because we don't always see the texts.
Sorry about that. You got anything going on?
Nothing.
All right, back at it. Obviously, some of the preparations for tonight are confidential.
375 to assist on a DOC at 629 Mendota in the rear. Requesting that a homeless Hispanic male, black do-rag, white t-shirt, black pants, white tennis shoes, is using in the back of the address and is requesting that the male be removed.
Well, we'll run down there to 629 Mendota and just run into that call. It's a homeless male that they'd like removed. So just regarding that phone call, I apologize for being out of the car. I know that's no fun, but there's just some preparations for tonight that are confidential, and our law enforcement partners probably wouldn't appreciate it. Do you think, Pat? If we were just...
Yeah, I don't think they'd like that. I tried to keep them somewhat entertained.
Oh, good.
Not as good as you.
No, I'm glad. No, you're actually better. You're actually better. But, so...
I would check cameras around 1500, if not a little bit before. Suspect described as a black female, early 20s, if not late teens. 5'2".
4490 right?
So for those of you that are new viewers, just a reminder, I know that we have 6 different frequencies that are the dispatch frequencies, 3 in St. Paul, 1 for the western part of St. Paul, 1 for the central, and 1 for the eastern, and then 3 in the suburbs, 1 for New Brighton, Mounds View, Roseville, and then 1 in the central for the sheriff's office, and then the far eastern suburbs for Maplewood, North St. Paul, and White Bear. So we're attempting to monitor all 6 frequencies. It's not always simple to do, needless to say, but attempting to monitor them all, and then so you might hear some different radios chirping in the background. So we're headed over to 609 Mendota. We're on Forest. You know, usually we drive down here on Earl, and it's the worst street in the city, but we'll see if we can convince the city to get that one fixed. So far, a pleasant day in the city of St. Paul. No real problems.
455.
455.
609 or 629?
Oh, I'm not sure. That's a good question. I could be wrong.
1515.
Could be wrong on that. Could be wrong on that. So
63 at DOT.
629.
Have a good night, 1515.
how's it going, guys? What's going? Baitcaster, is he any good? Ooh, throw it right in the window, huh? Yeah, we got a call on some guy, a homeless person living behind one of these houses. You guys didn't call, did you? It's probably your neighbors across the street here. Yeah, you're doing a great job.
187.
You need it.
187.
This is GLA.
Keep working on that
Clear,
casting.
cancel.
Copy.
95. Can you remove me from the call? Self-assigned.
Copy.
So, I don't know. What do you think? 29's on the corner.
Yep.
Probably
Oh.
go. Yeah, probably go over there, huh?
Yeah, there's a drive right up to the back of it. Not through there.
If I can get out here. I've been here for ages. So anyhow,
Yeah, it was 629.
guy practicing his cast, doing a fine job. I remember practicing my casting with our little guy Bobby. But we used to get that little red rod, you know, you get from the store.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how old he was. Maybe 3, 4. Oh, squad's here already. And I'll just turn around. Anyhow, I gotta tell this funny story. So, Bobby's always loved fishing. He's a great little fisherman, but when he was like 3 or 4 years old, I wish I could remember, we were in the front yard, he was practicing fishing. I put a little swimming pool out there for him to practice the casting. And so we got video. One of our favorite videos is little Bobby casting, and he was really good for 3 or 4 years old. You know, a little short 2-foot plastic rod.
Mm-hmm.
We got video. I was videoing, and his mom says, "Oh, Bobby, can I try?" And he says, "Oh, it's too dangerous for you, Mom. It's too dangerous." One of our all-time favorite. It's too dangerous for you, Mom. So that's our 3-year-old fishing story. Officer says he's all good. We're just kind of looking out our window here. He's gonna at some point ask him to move, I imagine, huh?
I would think. We'll see if we have a dangerous night tonight.
Dangerous. It's too dangerous for you, Mom. True story, man. It's too dangerous for you. We good, you think, or not?
Yeah, he's all good.
Yeah. Well, let's. Good luck. We'll head down, just check out, see if the Mounts Park Sports Bar is got anything going on yet.
See if they've got happy hour time going. Hopefully it's happy.
That's one thing that will happen tonight. If there's a curfew in Minneapolis, it's not just on the streets. You know,
Yeah,
it means
right.
you can't go out to the bars either. So if there's no curfew over here in St. Paul, which I've been told now that there is none, people will come to the St. Paul side of the river, which, assuming that they're law-abiding, is a good thing.
Yep.
More business over here on our side of the river. But so radio remarkably quiet. When we pull over here, I'm gonna answer a few questions that were texted to us while we were out of business. I know since yesterday I got some good questions on the text line. I did have a nice conversation with the mayor's chief of staff about the homeless problem yesterday, and Jamie Tinchner. I have to say I was very impressed with her knowledge of the issue. How's it going, you guys? What's going on? You want to hear our siren? How's that? You're going to your house to get a pool? Get in the pool. Yeah. What is it? 88 degrees out or what?
You did that sound?
Yeah. Do you like it? How about that one? How about the red lights? You guys are a really cute family, huh? Are you all part of one? Huh? That's your best friend? What's your name? You're the big guy. You're the leader of the pack, huh? What's your name? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So you're going over to the pool? Where's your house at? Right over there?
I live right there.
All right. Well, it's great to see you guys. Anything? What should I bring you next time?
Candy.
What do you like for candy?
Bubble gum.
Bubble gum?
Yeah.
Okay. We're the police, yeah.
You're the manager of the police?
I'm one of the managers. How'd you know that? Because I got this unmarked car, right? Hey, ma'am. How are you? You got a great family here. They're all cute. Usually one's not cute, but you got all cute ones. All right, popsicles. You guys like popsicles?
Yeah.
Or ices? What's the favorite?
Icy.
Ices? I'll see if we can come up with something. All right, when you hear my siren later, come out and find it. All right, find us. All right. Icy? Me too. I love them.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Great group of kids.
Cute.
342.
342.
Great group of kids.
367 can cancel. It's been advised with 75 in county.
367, I'll show you there.
That was us.
Copy, no
Handled the
data
call.
received.
Okay.
So all of the St. Paul Police Department officers have body cameras, as do all the sheriff's deputies now. Really an important tool in what we're doing in building trust. In fact, we have all of our correctional officers have body cameras now too. So we're one of the largest in the state to have everybody have them, and certainly one of the largest detention facility to have them. But really helps eliminate, the question of what happened. So, I gotta say, that was one of the first things I want to do when I got back here. Hey guys, how's it going? Is get those body cameras in place. And unfortunately, the Kenosha department did not have body cameras. It's always one of the issues is, well, when I say unfortunately, I mean for everybody. The more facts and evidence you have, and so you gotta get them. Everybody's gotta have them. How's it going? That's a nice car. Does he know how to park though?
375.
Hey,
375.
you're a great parker, but you're not supposed to be on the phone while you're driving.
Right?
Huh?
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
How's it going?
what year is that?
65.
Copy, I'm calling
65?
1400 or a case for
Very
a
nice.
group of
Very
four
nice.
black male
Sweet ride.
juveniles that are no
Very
trouble.
nice. Has it got real air conditioning in it or not? No?
1600.
Dying.
You're dying.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
Sweating my ass off.
How
in
about
there.
seatbelts? The old seatbelts? Just
Yep, just not in the back.
the belt ones, yeah.
Yep, the buckle
The
across.
lap.
You got the original AM radio or not?
No,
Okay.
it's all custom in there.
Custom now?
Yeah. It's hard to find them original now.
Yeah, it is.
In nice shape anyways.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, well, don't let any of these guys spit on it.
Right, I won't. Thank you, have a
See
good
ya.
one.
See ya. Yeah.
Three 375.
All right, Pat, well, give us a Pat Scott
You
joke,
can actually
will you?
cancel those juveniles or
What's that?
Give us a Pat Scott joke, or...
Everything
Hey, by the way, okay, here's my question for the viewers. What type of cigarette does Pat Scott smoke? Okay.
375, that was actually
The
canceled.
first
as well.
one to get it right,
Yeah, but head back to Flight Room 537.
we're gonna buy a pizza for later on.
Take this call for the time to investigate.
I think there's a few people listening actually will know the answer.
No, yeah,
to
you
that.
can't be his friend. You got to be somebody that just listens to him. But so I think my wife might be monitoring. See if you can find the first one that gets it right. First, what type of cigarette does Pat Scott smoke?
That he shouldn't smoke, for the benefit of any kids who may be listening.
Yeah. Whoever posts the right answer first. Somebody get it already? It's not Marlboro.
I think somebody got it.
Dave Colonel says Lucky Strikes. No, but Lucky Strikes was a pretty powerful one. Zhang Bing won with Winston. That's right. Winston is his favorite.
His only.
Sometime, maybe tomorrow night, we'll send you a pizza, Zhang. If oh, by the way, if you got a question, 651-448-3810, 448-3810. You can private message us. We can't read it all the time, but 448-3810. And Zhang, if you send us your address via, maybe send it via Messenger. We'll get your family a pizza tomorrow night.
So hopefully you live here in St. Paul.
Yeah. Well, we have to order out.
If you live in Utah, we may not be able to get the pizza to you. Although we could get one delivered to you.
I think Winston's a kind of a strong cigarette, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
My dad smoked. My dad started smoking in the Korean War. I don't know if I mentioned this. Everybody did, but he served in the Korean War, and he started smoking Lucky Strikes over in Korea. Which again, those were heavy cigarettes.
Oh yeah,
still are, right?
Yep.
And then he switched to Camels once he got here. But 3 packs of Camels eventually did kill him. 3 packs a day,
That's a lot.
3 packs a day. 3 packs a day. Margaret, we are at Earl and Beach. Earl and Beach. Go over here a minute. Got a request. Got a request to stop by here on Beach Street. I won't give the address, but a little 5-year-old that would like to say hi to us.
Put it back on 525 Celsius.
Coming up on this little 5-year-old. I don't know his name. It might be Gillen. Where are they? Right here. Anybody in there? 1033. Oh, guess I shouldn't have given the address. Sorry about that. That'll be a little bit of a delay there. Well, here they come. Oh, hi, buddy.
Hi.
Come on outside. Yeah, when it's slow, this is the kind of thing you gotta keep in touch.
Hi.
How are you guys? Good. We'll keep our social distance. And who's this little cute one? Savannah, you are a beautiful, beautiful young lady, aren't you? Did you bring us some ices? You have some what? Come on down here so we can hear you. Come on down on the side of the car so we don't bring the camera out. So this is Savannah. Thank you so much. Wait, did you see us talk to those other kids and your neighbors down here? We were just talking to some other. We're gonna go get some ices for them. It's funny you brought us ices because we just told them we were gonna get some ices.
If I had known.
Is that your dog or neighbor dog?
So, I have a couple different soaps.
Oh, that would be awesome. Awesome. Did you hear we smell?
No. Oh,
you do? Let me.
So, I have couple different varieties. in
Oh
there.
my goodness.
I have.
You
guys
make
want-
this?
I do. It's Milton Core soap that I have.
What's the name of your business?
I don't have a business. I just make it for fun.
Oh, that is so cool.
356, put me at 777
Coconut
I see that.
Code 4.
What's a beer flavored one? There's
Coffee. Yep, I love that. The apple pie. And that's this one here.
That's a beach one, and that's got
South
little,
Pacific.
yeah, and it's got little things up on sunglasses on top of it.
That is really cool. That's quite. Do you help your mom make these?
Sort of.
Sort of. Yeah.
Kind of my stress with
She
it.
comes up with the names maybe.
Well, do you want to take a couple of them?
Yeah.
You guys can each have.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me see what I want. Here's a banana for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the apple pie.
The apple pie is super.
That's my favorite. And one Pacific. All right.
Wonderful.
That'll remind me of traveling. Thank you so much.
Exactly.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are so wonderful.
No, you guys are awesome. We are so grateful for you guys for us.
Do you watch us often, or you just have?
I do.
You do.
Yes.
Thank you.
She keeps me awake, but I do when she goes to sleep.
Thank you very much. Very nice to meet you. That's
Thank you,
Pat.
Savannah.
I had a pad in there.
Thank you.
This is awesome. We're going to eat these, but we can't eat them while we're talking.
No.
Hi, buddy. Is he going to bite me, you think? I got a
I
dog.
haven't seen that one before.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank
He'll
you
probably
guys.
jump in my car. That's what dogs do. For some reason, dogs love me. I don't know.
Well, that's good.
I don't know. They just come up to me and say hi all the time. It's weird. Savannah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can I turn the siren on? Whoop. There's the lights, Savannah. Just remember, Savannah, hey, buddy, if you need us, we're there to help you, okay? In case ever you need us, just call 911, and we're going to come and help. That's our job, buddy. Thank you. God bless. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that was nice.
Very nice.
Bye.
Thank you. We got to go buy a box for those other crew, huh?
Yeah.
Where did that other phone go, you know? Oh, here it is. There. All right, we got a disorderly conduct at 1770 Old Hudson. I think we got to run down there maybe, huh?
Yeah.
So I think that's the Holiday gas station right there at White Bear Avenue and Old Hudson.
Yeah.
Well, Super America maybe, huh? Speedway or what the heck? So some people are claiming that they guessed right first. So we're gonna have a review of the who got the Winston right. We're gonna have other contests here though. That's the thing. We gotta have other contests. But Savannah, thanks so much for our soap and our ices. That is so cool. It's very cool. So we're gonna head down to a call.
525, what was your phone?
This seems to be a good attempted aggravated robbery here. What we're looking for is a
Disorderly
plate
conduct.
Kings and Tweenies, the 5-2 being built wearing all black.
Just had a robbery call down too in the Central District 2. We'll get you that information soon. Squad 525 is out on that. The problem, you'll notice, those of you that watch us on midnights,
Copy, females wanted for attempted.
we like, Pat and I always like working later hours, partly because the bosses weren't around, right?
Absolutely.
That was the thing. We never wanted to work when the bosses are around because sometimes they try to give you details. I'm going to tell you a story once about when my boss put me on foot patrol once. That's a long story. I probably shouldn't tell it, but we'll get to it later. But the other reason is there's less traffic. Rush hour traffic is the worst, right?
Oh, it's horrible.
When you're anxious to get to a call, driving in rush hour traffic is. Now the good side, I always said this when I was working days and early afternoons, is a lot of people wave and smile and say thank you during the days, right? That's the one thing we always notice, that just a lot of appreciation.
And they wave with all 5 fingers.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. And then, late at night, sometimes not everybody, there's still a lot of appreciation. You can tell from our patrol, but there's a lot more people that don't like Aaron Rodgers working at during the day. I don't know, as Packer fans come out at night because they're always F12 during the daytime, it's not so much. So, but so the days had a benefit of having more of that positive reinforcement. But the problem is this rush hour traffic is from 3 to 5. 3 to 5 it was worse. So we're coming up on White Bear Avenue. I don't know if a squad is there yet, but we have a 70-year-old female that's using racial slurs and acting disorderly. We got here for a light. 5'5", thin, wearing sunglasses, a gray shirt, shorts, and a large bag. This is the description. Swearing, racial slurs, refusing to leave. So in this approach, at this point, our main goal is to get the person to leave. If they refuse to leave, of course, they're subject to arrest for trespassing. But generally, we're obligated to give them one solid warning to leave. It's not impossible that the owner could make a citizen's arrest of a person failing to leave. But usually they ask us to help them leave.
And usually they will.
Yeah, usually they will.
That's the one across.
So, we are here. There she is in front, huh?
That fits the description.
There's the bee. You might be able to get a glimpse of her here. And unfortunately, she's talking to herself as well.
539.
So we're going to give you a
Suspicious
little...
activity in the alley near Chuck and Don's, 282 East 6th Street. There's a male looking into the windows on the alley side where these apartments are at.
We'll be back with you shortly.
Not stop. He said it was his alley. He's now walking down the middle of Wall towards 5th Street. Described as a black male, mid-20s, 5'6",
Hi, how's it going?
shirt on his head with sagging pants. Area check only.
539 copy. 375 CM, please.
Your CN 179-190.
Thank you.
You're welcome, 1617.
दावा में शोल इस्लाम वाला तो करे ना अस्कर बा काला ना अस्कर ده هي اللي مغيرين ديكور هنا ساكاس ديش بس كده والله بالله
So the people can hear you talk. Whereabouts do you live?
I live on East 7th.
East 7th, yeah.
I've been living there about 3 years. Before that, I used to live up in Shoreview.
Yeah.
And,
Hang on one second. Hang on one second.
okay.
Hang on one second. I got to clear this call.
$2,400, you can mark the disorderly party at 1770 Old Hudson, assisted. Cancel the car.
Receive, thank you, at 1620.
Yeah, I really think that's a good thing you're doing. You know, people need to see it's not just what they see over in Minneapolis right now. You know,
Yeah.
It's not that.
Right.
So being out with people. You know.
Hey, well, thanks for saying that. Where are you from originally?
Well, I grew up in St. Paul, down on West 7th there on Midbury
Yep.
area, and then I moved up to Bemidji for 15 years. And I lived over in Minneapolis when I came back in 2000, and I was over there until I moved to Shoreview in 2010.
Okay.
And then I got sick, and I'm on disability now, so now I live over on E7. I've had a few problems over there where I've had nothing major, you know, couple thefts, things like that, but nothing major. My whole block is great.
520.
People coming around, you know, coming by the place.
Deal with the mail at Broadway and 6 code 4.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm sorry you're sick, but you look good.
Yeah.
Broadway 6 in your foot 416.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And if I exert
Did you
myself-
smoke back then or what?
Oh yeah. 2 packs a day.
Yeah, my dad used to smoke 3 packs of Camels. That's what eventually got him.
Yeah, I mean, 40 years smoking there. Getting here.
Well, it's really kind of you to stop. I'm glad you watch us once in a while. Like I said,
I watch on that site all the time, the East Side Group, you know.
oh yeah.
You're on several sites. You know, but I
Yeah, well, normally we're at night on Fridays, but today we decided to do a little Thursday afternoon.
Thursday afternoon.
See what's going on. Get out and see the daylight side of things.
Well, that lady you were talking to, I was here the other day when they kicked her out here.
Yeah. Well, she just wouldn't use the foul language and disrespectful language. How's it going?
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Have a great day.
How are you? Oh, I can't. I'll shake you. I'm going to shake you. Good to see you. On that Volkswagen, they just hold the top. on live right now. You might hear yourself. Yeah. Thanks. Good to see you, Terry. All right. Sorry about that. Pat went in to get a box of ices for those kids. A couple gentlemen wanted to speak.
Are you able to break and start for an assist medics 325 Laurel? 157 is also en route for a 35-year-old female conscious breathing who's got racing thoughts of harming themselves and saw a knife earlier and thought about using it.
Yep, you can make the crime here, please.
Copy.
All right. So Pat's here getting the stuff. Just a couple calls that are in the queue there that we might go to. There's a lot of, like I said, a lot of calls stacked up. That robbery was a woman down at the Treasure Island Center, which is the old Dayton's down there. She tried to get the victim to go to the ATM and use her cell phone. They put a sharp object in her back. She saw a state patrol officer and then she fled. Pending call at 841 Maryland, a Burger King. Male going through trash outside, making customers nervous.
375.
Advising if somebody failing on pain.
Over there in the 1800 block of University Avenue, someone wants to talk about a homeless encampment there. Suspicious activity.
Pain for a white Toyota Avalon that's driving recklessly.
There, you heard that one.
Delta Lima Victor 168 at 1625.
Car driving. 1000 block of Maryland. I got a domestic going on. Hasn't been dispatched. It's a 3-vehicle accident in a White Bear in Nevada. No injuries, but because of the backlog, it's tough for them to get there.
Fire's gonna be forcing entry here. We get one more unit. Or one more squad door location. We're gonna put the house as fire goes in.
7, can you respond?
Affirmative.
Copy, 859 Marion Street, 206, do you copy this?
859 Marion. Something going on up there.
Till 7 key, 10 numbers.
That is right off of right.
Medics and 235 and 280 are on scene to check the welfare of a 72-year-old, and they are going to have to gain entry through the home. It's locked and they cannot get in.
And plus 280, if the supervisor wants to come down here, that'd probably be a good idea as well. There's just some officer safety signs posted all over the front of the house.
I'm not going to leave Pat here alone, but it's never a good idea to sit in one spot too long. So I'm going to keep moving in the parking lot here until he comes out with our 2 hot dogs, Twinkie, Fountain Pop, a box of ices. Always, when you're a police officer, oh, here he comes. You always got to keep your head on a swivel. Well, actually, our young son just started driving. It's probably the key trait. Keep your head on a swivel while you're driving. Look for other objects.
Unfortunately, no ices.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not good. Well, no ices. All right, we're gonna run up the Maryland Avenue up there.
166, use him.
See what's taking place up on the Upper East Side.
DOC 1894 Uni West Iris Park. Comp wants to speak to officers about the homeless encampment. They're loitering, trash, and peeing in the streets. They have video, and they are refusing to speak with the TSI and requesting officers.
Well, anyhow, regarding the homeless, you just heard that call. But we're there on University Avenue. Like I said, I had a conversation with the mayor's chief of staff, Jamie Tinchner, and I was heartened to hear her knowledge of what is going on, and you know, she's obviously been out there and talked to people, seen the encampments. I think she has a great knowledge base. Now the question is how to coordinate city, county, and state resources into and actually an effective strategy to resolve some of that, and that therein lies the problem. I mean, it's can only do so much. The county certainly has responsibility, and the state should really be stepping in with funding to help resolve the problem, because it's a regional problem, metro-wide problem. So I don't know what the solution is that they'll come up with, but obviously as soon as the cold weather hits in November, the problem will magnify itself. But one of the things I did take away, Jamie Tinchner and Ryan O'Connor made a presentation last week to the
This will be GOA once you send me the DOC.
County Board and City Council. Maryland. And one of the most fascinating pieces is last year at this time there were estimated to be about 20 tents. And
Copy of Burger King, 841 Maryland for avail this point.
At this time there's 350.
Holy smokes.
So we've gone from 20 tents in St. Paul or Greater Ramsey County to 350.
In a year.
And the big increase really occurred tied to COVID. Because even back in February, there were a small number.
Mm-hmm.
But with COVID, the economy, increased homelessness, the number now has gone to 350. And obviously there's some in-migration of people moving places, but a lot of it's a new group of homeless. And so the city and the county are working on getting some additional space, and keep in mind there's a lot of people in a lot of facilities already, but for those 350 they're looking to find some additional space before winter. And some people, however, will not want to stay inside. So, but some encampments are more dangerous than others, and that's what they found. They want, if they're going to be encampments, they want them to be safe for the residents and for others as well. So we'll see where that goes. It's really a decision between the St. Paul City Council and the Ramsey County Board and the state commissioners, and ultimately Sheriff's Office really is not involved in the decision. We try to help out when we can. There's emergency situations we try to reach out to help people succeed, but I'm thankful that the mayor's chief of staff is taking a lead role in studying the issue.
Yeah,
I'm going to get a hot dog, so
you
got to talk for a while I'm chewing.
Yeah, it's the homeless issue it's a complex issue. There's no easy answers. Some governmental organizations need to get it together and figure something out, especially in the winter, like the sheriff said. That's when it's the worst, the most dangerous for people.
By the way, the Colleen there that you saw, the complaint there was that she was using some racial epithet. That's why they asked her to leave. So she was free to go anywhere else but that particular piece of property.
She is no longer welcome there. So we're on White Bear northbound, coming up on Maryland right now.
Actually, I'm going to take a swing over here real quick.
See our friends.
Oh. So swing by. So we're on the east side of St. Paul. We're on Channel 3. If you ever get a police scanner, and I would encourage you to try to invest in one. can get greater access to channels than you can on the apps. Gives you a little more control as to how you scan and what you scan. And we actually still, some cops still use scanners themselves because it's nice to be able to access the state patrol. Hey, you guys want to be on live? You don't got to be on live. You can just come to the window and you don't got to be on. Huh? What's going on? Hey, did you get a new car? Oh, which one you driving?
Out with the party, Walgreens left, 1635.
You on live.
Oh, we're live today. Live today. How's the shoulder feeling? Better? Is it still bleeding a little bit? Yeah, that's not good. Looks like it's still bleeding a little. You're right. Lucky you're right-handed anyhow, right? No? How long has it been since you got shot? A week now, or a week? You're on live here, Edge. Just get. You don't have to talk to me. Hey, Ray, nice hat. Looking good. Looking real good.
How you doing? I
Good, how
thought
are
you
you?
said you was going to do something special today.
Yeah. Who's this little one?
My granddaughter.
Oh, thanks
This is
for
Jamie.
waving. She's adorable.
One of my granddaughters. And this is my great niece. Say hi.
Hey,
Say hi.
you got some cute little ones there, huh? You think they'll grow? Will they grow up to be as cute as that guy?
692.
So what's going on, Ray? Anybody shooting at anybody? Hey, we were chasing Isaiah last night
1636.
in a black Acura, no plates.
Who?
Allstead, you know him? Isaiah Allstead. If I showed you a picture, you'd know
Yeah,
him.
pass my.
We got his picture in there? or no?
Hey, is anybody from the coast unit?
I'll show you his picture.
Checking for anybody from Coast 14.
What the hell y'all doing by my car?
45.
No, you gotta get down. You don't got no socks on.
Because he had a stolen car.
You had a stone car.
3861 to go pump.
I didn't have plates.
What year is this, sir?
This one?
Yeah, this truck. The truck.
Right. 2019.
See, wow.
He might not be in there, but.
We have a couple on. Do you want to go to 4?
Sure. No, you. Whoa!
We got him in there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You like people doing that? But I know you want to get down.
There.
See?
Come on.
367.
Top 5.
Oh, he's talking about
Whoa, Zay.
Zay, yeah.
375
Oh,
on
Terrace
the
is-
alarm at
There's Terrence.
Hey, ran it from you, was Terrence
on
looking for the other night.
who y'all looking for?
Yeah.
63.
Handsome guy there. I don't think you're on here. Ray's not on that paper.
Yeah, they don't want to be alive.
Huh?
Say bye-bye.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Dude, how you do love you.
You call Isaiah when we leave. Tell him I'm looking for him. Huh? Huh?
Let me hold the paper. Let me see the paper.
No, huh? No, you know, I showed you his picture.
179.
There's a lot of pictures in there. All right? All right, call me if you need me. Oh, come on, Ray. What's the deal? No, but you haven't ever called me, but I'm just saying, if they shoot at you, call me. Yeah, not everybody wants to admit they know who the police are, right, Pat?
That's right.
So,
Confirm that CN was 179214.
had a few drive-bys at their house. It's a sad deal. Very sad. So what'd you do with my second hot dog? Yeah, Pat and I, we eat hot dogs. We don't even put a lot of ketchup on them because we don't want to mess up our uniforms. But
Yeah, ketchup and
can you try to get me a cheese hot dog next time?
I look every time. And
I don't believe you're looking.
I got the last 2 dogs in there
I
today.
don't think you're looking for a cheese hot dog. Just adds a little more. So let's just see what we got here for calls. Relatively quiet still.
382-383.
Here we go. 382-383.
382.
Let's go for domestic 1048 for lower unit. Spanish-speaking comm states that the brother is downstairs and has been drinking, does have a history of being aggressive when he drinks. Is requesting that he be asked to leave. Name of Juan Martinez, Hispanic male in his 40s, green shirt, blue jeans. No weapons were seen today, but on Monday he did have a knife.
Well, we'll head that way. Not that they probably need us. But was that a Burr Street address?
1640.
I didn't catch it. I was busy looking at one
chewing a
more.
hot dog. 1000 block of Burr, I think. But we got to run by the dairy here. See what's happening. Doing their laundry. You hear voices? Loud voices? Was that
It
them?
wasn't. Yeah, it was just them.
I hear other ones. Oh. There's a loud phone call in the
306.
booth there.
What?
Can you call the impound lot, please?
The impound lot, of course, is where we take cars when we
Thank
tow
you,
them.
1641.
A lot of people out here just finishing up their drive home,
375.
picking up their kids.
375.
Yeah, Delta Zulu Charlie 052.
Yeah, we try to, Pat and I try to avoid telling the same stories twice because it's just, but a lot of people are new viewers. So,
It's inevitable. We're gonna
yeah.
go over old territory sometimes. Please bear with us when we do.
Yeah, every time I go by this McDonald's, this is one of the first McDonald's here. I got so many memories of my dad taking me to this in the early 60s. And all the workers had those little white hats, little navy hats, whatever you call them.
Yeah.
And I remember, they used to, when they sold their first million, the sign said over 1 million sold.
373.
And now they're like, what, trillion?
Gotta be.
I think they took the sign down. There was
Dear caller at Flandreau Minnehaha for a civil issue at 1715
so
Beach.
many,
Say to the landlord is refusing to give him back his dog. He's going to be waiting there in a Toyota
so many
Camry.
sold that it's in the millions.
Couldn't even keep up.
DOT spot 230.
You've got a low battery, Sean. Not anymore. It was slightly unplugged.
Spot 235.
We do not want that problem.
What is it again?
It said we had a low battery,
Did you
but
plug it in?
this was a little bit unplugged.
Oh my goodness!
Spot
Yeah.
250.
Is it working now? You think or not?
Spot 250.
You can't really tell. It should be.
You think the end's plugged in good?
Well, this was definitely loose.
Well, then it's good. It disconnected, we'll
Squad 1700 EOT 331.
have to go back online. We might lose the video.
344.
We haven't had a ton of stuff happen so far, anyhow.
342.
I think it'll give us another warning if it actually is
345.
malfunctioning somehow.
345.
But I think it was the
346.
where it plugs into the USB that was.
347.
It was out farther, though.
Yeah.
355.
355.
356.
356.
357.
So that's
357.
most of the day crew
Any
going.
additional squads for 1700 EOT?
The day crew going home. And
All squads have a good night.
the afternoon
362.
crews either work from 2 to midnight or 4 to
These
2.
are for a fight deck, Mountain 94, multiple callers stating that there's a male on the street with a sign, as well as another male with a knife physically fighting. White male with the sign is wearing a light blue shirt. Male with a knife is a white male with curly hair, shorts, unknown clothing description. 1645.
So Mounds in 94, it's down there on the Lower East Side there. There's a couple homeless encampments there, pretty close.
360, keep me out.
Copy.
378, same here.
Beautiful night out here, just beautiful. We got our vests on, but it's enough of a breeze. It says it's 89 degrees out there, which I don't necessarily believe.
Yep.
How's it going?
All right.
Nice truck.
Thank you.
You got the high ride there, huh?
Yeah, no, right?
Have a good one.
See ya.
That's a high truck. So we're south on Arcade. That's the American Legion, Post 577. Great people there. Stop in anytime.
An acquaintance of mine got some big winners in the pull tabs there the other night, I'm told.
362.
Go ahead.
Calls marked at Mountain 94, however, most of the calls are pinging within 6 and Mounds.
Yeah. So that was
Copy, check there.
382.
382.
Sorry, were you calling?
Negative.
Copy. 1647.
a murder right here on the corner here last year. And
386.
Try to get that cosine back to
the
4.
city's cameras captured the entire thing. Pretty amazing, you know, some of the cameras that were put in here
Copy squad 454.
Pretty high-tech
10
stuff.
to 11 years ago. Now this is Nide Lane here. Nide Lane. Everybody wondered, why is it called Nide Lane? Well, Nide Lane's named after a guy named Carl
Thank you,
Nide.
1647.
And Carl Nide was a long time,
454, someone looking for me on 3.
I'll call him a community
It was
activist.
that earlier squad team meeting on 4.
And other people on this thread can probably give more detail, but Carl Knight worked for Ron Maddox. Ron Maddox was a longtime city council member in the city of St. Paul.
Motor vehicle theft report on August 14th.
And he worked for Ron Maddox. They were best of friends.
Email.
And sort of the classic, you know, old-time politicians that just took care of business. You know, I remember one time Ron Maddox was accused of helping his friends. And he said to the media, well, if you can't help your friends, who can you help?
Good point. He's a larger-than-life character.
And responsible for the Taste of Minnesota, too.
Yep, I was going to bring that up.
And did an unbelievable job building that Taste of Minnesota, which we'll talk about in a minute. But Carl Knight was his assistant and had given and contributed much to this community. And he served as an acting city council member for a period of time I don't remember exactly which period. If it was after Ron left, or if it was. And I'll have to refresh my recollection, but he served as an acting city council member. I think he was appointed for a while.
Okay.
It might have been when Eileen Boyda passed away. I'm not sure, but needless to say, just that's why it's called Nide Lane, after Carl Nide, longtime East Sider who contributed much. And if there's others that know more about his time in service, be glad to hear about it. But Ron Maddox, back to Ron Maddox, Taste of Minnesota. The first Taste of Minnesota was actually on the Capitol grounds. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah, sure do.
I remember working there as a young patrol officer, and the thing just took off. Eventually, they moved it to Harriet Island, of course, and it was the brainchild of Ron Maddox and Dick Broker. And Dick Broker was the chief of staff for George Latimer. And like a chief of staff like you'll never see before, because he was always wearing shorts and sandals in the office, but which I appreciated. But they came up with this idea to showcase Minnesota food, and a great event. It evolved over time to have fireworks on the west side. Well, the first year we had fireworks at the Capitol. And over time, after Ron passed away, the thing fell apart.
Sure did.
Sad.
And one of the little side story here. One of the early years of Taste of Minnesota, Joe Flaherty and I were among the first crew of bicycle patrol officers. And forgive me if I told this story before, but we were at Fuller and about Farrington. And we would traditionally ride on the sidewalks with our bicycles to be a little more surreptitious, sneaking up on nefarious activity.
Yeah.
And one thing that always griped us was when people would leave their gates to their fences open across the sidewalk. And we'd sometimes make a point of slamming them a little bit extra hard. Well, we were driving towards Taste of Minnesota on Fuller on our bikes and came across one of those gates, and I went to slam it hard, and it was wedged solid into the sidewalk, which sent me off the sidewalk and square into a tree that was about 2 inches around, and I hit it head on and tipped over sideways.
Because when you pushed, you went the other way, or what?
Went the other way.
See, for every action, there's an equal opposite reaction.
Yep. And I tipped over on my side. I'm really dating myself, but there was an old skit on Laugh-In where a guy would ride a tricycle and he'd run into objects and tip over on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I looked just like him. Some young couple getting out of their car, of course, started laughing hysterically at this fully uniformed policeman running into a tree and tipping over, and looked and said, "Officer, is this a Kodak moment?"
I like it. I like it. So, as long as it's slow and we're telling stories about ourselves. I don't tell this one often, but I worked midnights. Had to fill up with gas once in a while. So you remember the Super America up there on Rice and Wheelock Parkway?
Oh, sure.
It's a cold winter night. I think I told a part of this story before. I'm going to want to finish the story now, because as long as you mentioned the neighbor that was talking to you. So I go in there to get gas, but also we have to generally go in and sign something in there, and in the old days you had to sign for the gas.
Right.
So I think the real reason I wanted to go in right away is I wanted to sign for it and then just put the pump. I didn't want to be out in the cold. It was freezing cold. So I start the gas, I go in, sign for the gas, and I go back and I get in the car without pulling the handle out, of course, and I pull away and boom, I hear this loud thump.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you're a little bit drowsy anyhow, and I stop and I look at my rearview mirror, and I'm doing this so I can see the handle is still in my car. Okay? But the hose is on the ground. All right. So now the hose is you know how hoses are when they're spurting out with no pressure?
Yeah.
It's kind of going back and forth with gasoline all over the parking lot. Thank goodness you weren't with me, because you probably would have blown up at the time. So, all right, so here's to the viewers. I want to ask you this question. When you got a hose that's spurting out fluid, and you want to stop it from spurting out that fluid, what do you do with the hose? Okay? Come on, think. I want to see some text, some questions here. What do you do with the hose? Well, you do the logical thing.
1091 Maryland. Multiple callers reporting a female that was yelling at a male outside. Black female in her 40s and a white male in his 40s. Nothing visible, verbal only.
1091 Maryland domestic. We'll kind of head that way. But now I'm waiting for your answer. What do you do when there's a hose that's... Well, you do the logical thing, right? You grab the hose and you kink it. Right?
That makes sense.
You grab the hose and you kink it. Well, unfortunately, in 20 below weather, the thick hoses for a gas pump, they're not easy to kink.
Oh.
Okay? And you can imagine trying to kink one of those and you could get gas on yourself, right?
Which I'd imagine is exactly what happened.
So I'm on the east side of the pump there with this hose leaking. I'm trying to kink it. I'm in full uniform there, a young officer, and there's a lady on the other side of the pump. A lady on the other side of the pump, and she's standing there by her car filling her gas, and she looks at me and she says, "Why don't you just turn the pump off?" Why don't you just turn the pump off? So I haven't told that story to many people, but now it's memorialized.
That's the first I've heard of it, and I will be reminding you.
Why don't you just turn the pump off? Yeah, that's a good one. So, thankfully, I only had to pay for the extra gas. I think she thinks we're too slow.
I guess so.
Two old guys.
And one of them has a hat.
Yeah. All right. So,
my dad always said, never drive behind an old guy in a hat.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm the old guy in the hat.
So we're going to head up to 1091 Maryland, and just so you know, we saw this call in the pending a while ago. It was a domestic earlier. I think I mentioned it earlier. It never actually got dispatched. So the call originally came in at 4:21, which is now 35 minutes. And this is an example of how calls get backed up, and how people have to wait for squads to come. And this is why you can't allow the department to lose 40 officers over attrition, because that'll mean this call time even gets longer. So we're going to head up to 1091 Maryland. It's not too far from Maryland and Burrell there. And if you heard the call, you can say I think now somebody's calling on the woman, but I think there was an attempt to get some help earlier. The sooner you can de-escalate these domestics, the better. The longer they go, the more dangerous they get. So
the last word is this one is still verbal, right?
Yes.
And it's good to get there while they are just verbal. The longer you delay, the less likely it is to remain verbal.
Yeah. And this call actually, this guy wants to turn. This call actually came in while we were at that holiday call. So we're at 940 right here. Remember the long blocks, for those of you that haven't listened, in Ramsey County, there's every half mile is 240 numbers. 240 numbers. So every long block here is 60 numbers. So coming up on Earl, this will be 1060.
1031?
I think we're going to 1091. 1091. So this should be 1060. So that squad's on our left there is probably on his way to the call, hopefully. Now he's going to go down in the alley. So we're going to pull over here a little bit, see if we see anybody yelling.
Strike 2, can you clear us in 438?
There's a lot of good things about these left turn lanes here on Maryland now that we didn't have 15 years ago, but one of the problems is there's no parking at all in Maryland, so you can't really park in front of the house. We'll probably meet the St. Paul car in the alley there behind 1091. But keep in mind now it's been over a half hour. There he is. St. Paul car just pulled in the alley. Oh, second St. Paul car. There's no need for us to pull in that alley. We'll just kind of go around the front. See if anybody's walking away. By the way, right there, straight ahead on Frank, there you can see Lake Phelan. We'll drive down here just to be in the proximity if something goes wrong. But two St. Paul cars are down the alley there. We will have some eyes on the front area in case anybody leaves. What's that say? Low battery. Well, pull that out of there. Pull that whole thing out of there and see if we can. Here, put this one in there. Okay. There you go. What do you think?
Well, I wish we had a battery indicator when it was.
It's hard to predict if we're working or not.
Unfortunately, with this Facebook Live,
we don't really know how to check the battery without.
Maybe I'll Google that on my phone.
Here, put that back in there for right now, and I'm gonna see if the other one is working on the phone. Maybe it's a fuse.
Oh, good idea.
So if this one isn't working, then we'll know we have a fuse issue. No, the black one's working too. You want to put the black one back in, or you think we want to assume that one's working?
Maybe we better swap. You know what?
Well, the white one works too. So let's see if that one works.
Okay.
Suspicious activity just came in at Phelan Beach House. Male looking into vehicles in the lot. So we're going to go over there. These two officers got this domestic handled, I think.
Somebody says swipe down from the top to see
It says if you tap, you should. This person says tap. Tap the screen. You should be able to see. Try swiping down now. From the top. Just try to grab and swipe.
There we go.
Well, we've tried swiping down and we cannot see the battery indicator. We're not technically as savvy as we should be. We admit it. All right, we're going to run up to the Phelan Beach House, and we are going to check on this man looking at this. This white car just came out of the alley.
373.
How's it going? Hey, did we just see you coming out of that alley there? Were you arguing? Was you involved in that with that woman at all, or no? Not you. All right, thank you. Thank you.
9253.
All right, so what do we got here? What do we got? Got a couple of them. They're starting to get a little busier now. Greenbrier and Geranium. Large group of people yelling. I don't know what that is. Or I'm sure this squad is about to head down there too. What we see in front of us, we'll take it. So anyhow, it sounds like the caller thinks this possibly could be a fight. So.
Copy, squad to assist at Greenbrier Geranium. Single car reporting a large group of people yelling at the intersection. It's unknown about weapons.
Well, the call just got dispatched. Obviously,
I can start with one call will be marked.
normally we wouldn't do this, but we're gonna take and cut down through
Copy,
here.
366.
Good.
Suspect's name is Kiva, black female, 43 years old, 5'8", heavy build, with a blue shirt, blue jeans.
Looks like people are having fun, actually.
Southbound on Johnson Parkway, but
Got a
this
little
year
food.
states that she'll be with the colors Two Brothers.
Got some food trucks going on down here.
The kids over here.
The kids are doing good. I don't know.
Copy, be advised
Oh,
that
maybe a little bit of
suspect
something
may
here,
also be
something,
carrying a
something.
butcher knife.
Everything going good? Good. How are you? What are we having for lunch?
1705.
Go bananas, and we also got some barbecue food right over at the east
Awesome.
side.
Thank you. Say some neighbors were calling about kids. Were they yelling or something or what?
Right here playing.
Oh, no problem.
Just
No
playing.
problems. I'm making sure I stay up on everything.
Oh, well, we're gonna tell them not to bother showing up then.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Birmingham 7 with a possible suspect. 375 to copy.
Hey, Demetrius. By the way, we believe in you. Everything you're doing. I'm Bob Fletcher.
I know.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Did you actually see?
Are you going to Vegas?
Yeah, I can't.
You can't. Are you sending anybody?
All my parents are going with the kids.
Oh,
but-
hang on one second. I'm gonna make sure that they don't come here. Make sure you're turned off too, Pat. Oh, yeah.
That's something I want to show you.
Hang on one second. I was. Hang on. 2400 Greenbrier and Geranium is SNR, just kids playing basketball. No problems.
Received 378 to copy.
Anyhow, this guy that we're talking to is a great coach.
Yes.
I'm just telling him we're live right now.
Hello. Yes. So I got all my chaperones lined up and everything for the boys to go.
Yeah.
I'm on probation. So this is my job. Somebody told me I could
They
have got
wouldn't
a
let you
court
go?
order, but no.
You're a good person. You've been
I
doing
know.
great work. But you know, yeah, you've been doing great work. So the kids are still going.
Yes, we got everything set
You
to
guys
go.
gonna win the championship?
Yes.
You gonna win the ship?
What?
Proud of you
We
guys.
are. What y'all mean?
I'm proud of you guys.
They go out there and play Shaq song.
Yeah.
Did you have a net out here a minute ago?
It's right there.
Oh, down there. Okay.
What you think about that?
I love it. I love it. Let me check that out.
We get those coming in Tuesday, and I told Roy that I would pass one along to you.
You're putting the sheriff's patch on you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank
You
you.
guys, John is actually one of my board members. So, you know, you guys are, even though you guys support us.
Yeah,
so y'all
100%.
Y'all are
100%.
one of our sponsors. So I make sure I
100%.
put all our sponsors on our shirts, and
Thank
when
you.
the boys are in Vegas,
366.
they'll be representing.
You're the
Nice.
best. You're the best.
Love it.
How late is the food trucks open?
7 o'clock.
We'll come back. We just had hot dogs at Holiday.
Alrighty.
Hey, really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank
You're a
you
good
again.
person. We'll help you more. All right, in the future.
Alrighty.
You know Mickey Frost?
Yes, I know. Me and him and John, just left today.
Yeah, I helped him
to go to Washington.
Yep.
And then they supposed to be, once they get back, before my team leaves, Tuesday we will be hosting a back to school backpack event.
Oh, you are
I'm with that group. Me, John, and Mickey is hosting that.
with Trayvon Pollard. Does he work with him at all?
I think so.
He does in Minneapolis.
So we're trying to do one for St. Paul.
Right. Good idea.
For the east side.
Good idea.
So we're trying to figure out if we're going to be back in this parking lot or if we're going to be down at Caribou's. But we're trying to figure out the location and just basically getting up all the backpacks and stuff like that. So.
I'll message you my phone number, okay,
Alright.
so you have it, so you can stay. I know we communicate on Facebook, but I'm more of a
and
phone
I'm actually joining the Payne and Phelan District Council.
367
you are.
382.
Yes, I'm looking at joining multiple boards. I want to do just more than basketball, you know. I don't know.
No,
if
I know.
I'm
15 years ago, you had a little history.
Exactly.
You know?
And I want
You want to tell the people how? I mean, you've done a great job of just rebuilding your life, but
Yes.
and I'm really proud of you. But James Fields didn't quite pull
Hi,
off
how
the
are
move,
you?
right? Did you see that? You
Yep,
know him?
Yeah, I seen
He
that.
got arrested for
For
murder.
what happened over there. And one thing that's with this program, that's
Just
why
chatting.
I took on that initiative.
Right.
I was one of those East Side boys.
Yeah, I know.
I want to make sure that
We're on
the
live right
St. Paul
now.
East Side is better again.
Yeah.
I want to give it that greater East Side
Hey,
again.
guys.
So that's what my
If you
motive and
move
what
right
I'm
to the
trying
front of
to
the
do
car,
with the program.
you'll be on the camera.
No, we appreciate what you're doing. That you know that Montavia Hobbs, does he play for you?
Yes, he does.
Montavia?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yep. All the ones and
What's your name?
I'm Brian.
Deshaun, come
Brian,
here.
I'm Pat. Good to meet you.
Come here.
That's your, yeah, you guys are doing the
This is
videos.
Bobby
and
Collins'
I'm
young brother.
watching it every
Nice to
night.
see you, buddy.
Yep. Yep.
That's cool.
This is
I
it.
just
We're
wanted
proud
to
of you
bring you
kids.
over
Really
real
proud of what you guys are doing.
Keep you all out of trouble.
Really appreciate it, and I'm gonna help you more. Okay. I used to hang out here on the east side myself. There used to be a YMCA on Payne Avenue, arcade. That's where I took my swimming lessons. I go way back here, Lake Phelan.
Live in the neighborhood here?
Yeah, coach hockey over at Johnson.
Just over 2 years ago.
So
Okay.
this is East Side's a great place.
Roy is like a father to
Alright.
this program. He
This
really
is
helps
all
us with
me.
everything.
I'm gonna tell him. Well, he probably might hear you saying
Oh,
that.
it's a good city.
We'll come back before the food trucks left.
All righty, thank you again.
All right, hey guys, keep up the good work. Just appreciate it.
Brian,
I
right?
love your videos.
Thank
Keep
you.
them up. We appreciate them.
Thank you. What's your first name?
I'm Brian.
Brian. Thank
And
you.
I'm on the St. Paul Scanner group. So
Oh, you are.
I'm like, oh, it's Bob.
And Pat, don't forget Pat.
373.
Don't forget Pat.
Well, I recognize you. But I remember we had, I don't even remember what the old sheriff's name was.
I forgot to.
He used to live on our street in Whiteberry, so it's like,
Yeah,
But,
he was a good guy too. Everybody does the job differently. There's no one way to do it.
I'm like, well, I just called on this. I'm like, because there's a bunch of people down here.
Yeah,
I'm like, But,
Well, they were just
it's all good.
kids having fun.
yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, I'm like, oh, there's food trucks down here.
Yeah, we're gonna come back in about an hour
So,
and get some food. But
yeah, I mean, you guys need the food. You're busy. You're busy. So,
all right, Brian.
All
Thank
right.
you.
yeah, we
Nice to talk to
we
you.
really appreciate your videos.
Thanks a lot. That's very kind of
Thanks,
you.
Brian.
Yeah, if you haven't already, please share. How's it going?
Hey.
You know that guy?
Nope. I think you might have been.
How are you? We'll come back and get some. We just ate at Holiday. We didn't know you guys were here.
Oh, okay. We'll be here till 6.
Oh, 6?
Yeah.
Oh, Demetrius was saying 7, you thought. Okay.
Oh, boy.
All right. Well,
They might be, but we're only here.
thank you. Thanks for being here.
Oh,
Thank
of
you.
course.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Something you might want to take a look at there.
All right. So what do we got here?
1712.
Well, there's a call up at 1226 Hazelwood back there by the dairy. Probably going to run up there. I guess the moral of the story here, there's people out here trying to help kids. People that have had their own experiences. We try to help them. They do all the heavy lifting. We just try to be there for them. I tell you what, mostly what they need is transportation a lot of times. Getting to and from activities. Gym time, if you can keep them in a gym, every $25 you spend on renting gym space for kids is well worth it. Because you just want to keep them doing something constructive.
I guess they got more people pulling up on Hazelwood. People talking about weapons, but none of them seen.
I don't know if that one's been dispatched or not yet, but
373.
I think that's that same parking lot we had the kids on the bike on.
yep. What do we got going there?
373.
Well, we got our masks, just so you know. We do have our masks, and we're ready to put them on if we go inside or...
Looks like possible overdose. Got a needle right next to her.
Is that one?
I didn't catch that.
Copy military route for a female on September 30th, possible overdose. Are they cleared in when they arrive? Yeah, they are. Copy, thank you, at 1714.
So that was the squad probably on that overdose in the parking lot there. Squad behind us, probably going to the Hazelwood call that we're headed to. See, that's how, though, people can call about, think kids are fighting, and they're just actually playing a basketball game. It's the motto that I try to live by. Assume good intent, you know? Well, we talked about that before.
Absolutely.
But assume good intent, and then until it leads you in a different direction. So the facts show you otherwise. And that's a great motto for spouses, too.
Indeed it is.
Assume good intent. If I was giving advice to my niece, Danielle, that just got married, that's what it would be.
Assume good intent.
Assume good intent from when your husband does something. Kind of like the east side. Hey, one of the tactics, you know, this BCA makes me think of the sheriff's office over there in Hennepin. Don't ask me why, I could draw the connection, but the first night that they were protesting there, they brought sandbags in. They had a pickup load of sandbags that they put outside the doors of the jail so that the sheriff's staff couldn't get out. And they used zip ties to tie the door handles so they couldn't get out.
Wow.
Well, and of course there's a lot of people
For 6-6.
ready. Where are we going, 1226?
1226.
All right.
375.
And this is the lot. That might be the guy with the bike tricks for us.
Squad 375.
Some of the Reddings, I think. Delta Romeo Mike 851.
Delta Romeo Mike.
Squad 375.
851.
Delta Romeo Mike 851. It's no secret. A lot of these kids that hang out here are
what's that right there?
part of the gangs.
Okay.
10-3 for 375, negative radio response 858 Birmingham. Is there a squad that can check?
3-3's going over there.
Copy.
I don't really have to say much. Just let them know that we're here and we are paying attention. How's it going, Bikester? See if these ladies go.
Mike November Lima 275.
What's going on? Are you gonna roll your window down and say hi or not? You gotta at least roll your window down and smile. There you go. There's the smile I like. We heard there was a problem back here. No problem?
You see anybody fighting or anything?
3-3.
Hi.
383.
Did you call me?
They all dipped out pretty quick in all of their vehicles.
Before we got here?
Yes, like literally just the last
Copy,
car.
squad code 4, canceling the 10-3 at 1718.
Went to
Yeah,
join, so.
All right.
And then those three girls on the balcony had something to do with it too.
That's what I was wondering.
Yep.
Were they fighting or arguing or what was going on?
Yeah, so like these dudes were like calling each other like, I don't know, a
Gang
bunch of
names?
Yeah, like, you know, and then like bitches and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then they started getting all physical. There was a few times that one of them tried to so they were in an altercation and he tried to pick him up by the leg to drop him on his back a few times. And then they would stop getting physical, start yelling at each other again, and then go back at each other. And so it was like this whole cycle the whole time I was calling, and then cars were just whipping in here.
Sorry, how long did it take? How long since you called? I apologize it took so long. It's really busy, you know, obviously.
lot faster than normal, actually, so thank you for that.
Yeah. Sorry we didn't get her a little earlier.
I called it
But at least the
508.
508. Well, that's not too bad.
362.
But yeah,
There, Julie. We expect for your
it
flight.
was going on even when I left the office at 5. Sidewalk, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go check it out because obviously, you know, kids got.
Copy, parking lot of 1226 Hazelwood. Caller
Sorry, you have
reporting
to
3
go through
people
that.
physically fighting in the parking lot. States that people threatened weapons, but none of them were seen.
Don't get
Group
hit
is as
here.
large as 15 with bystanders watching. Black
Slow
male,
down there,
red
mister.
shirtless, at 1720.
Nothing now until the
Let us know if they see if there's a problem. Call us all the time.
Tango Alpha Zulu. 411 Tango
I
Alpha
typed it in my
Zulu.
phone as they passed me.
We're going to leave you before more people see you talking to us, but thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I
I'm a
appreciate
target
it.
anyway.
Thanks a lot. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
So,
Handled. What's your knife? Just so you're aware. Copy. Searched mom. Nothing on her. Maybe just check the area here. Okay.
you ready?
Yep.
$2,400, 1226 Hazelwood is advised. We talked to the comp and the parties are on their way.
Copy. 360, you can clear.
There we go. I think we're back up again. I think we were down for a minute. We're back up apparently.
At least it's only the power. Chris, send me a text if you're still, send us a text if you're still getting everything good.
Three 373.
Advise. We'll take a pending.
On a civil issue at
See if you can
570 Bush.
Tap the
Regarding the
pedal,
mechanic refusing to give us keys back at prepaid for services.
Copy.
1724.
How's the video look there, Chris? Well, so it looks like we just got a message that St. Paul is enacting a curfew tonight. Now, probably, I don't know, if you check your Facebook feeds, this is an internal message that we just got. I don't know how they're going to get that message out. Oh, Joe says it's good now.
Okay.
Must have been just a bad reception in that area. So, looks like an 8 o'clock curfew for the city of St. Paul. I don't think that necessarily applies to the suburbs. When the governor had his curfew, it was a St. Paul metropolitan area. So, I'm gonna pull over here in a minute. I'm going to text Chief Axtell just to confirm that. So we don't want to be telling people about a curfew if there isn't one. over for a minute. All right. Hey guys. So quiet right now at the moment.
Uh-oh. Said the Q
I
word.
said the Q word. Sorry. It's absolutely beautiful out here.
It is gorgeous.
Night for a barbecue. That's all I'm saying. Good night for a barbecue. Reverend Spence, if you're listening, throw the barbecue out there. Call me up. We'll come over. Usually Rev Spence is cooking in his yard on Fridays. Speaking of every action and equal opposite reaction, you know, I was pretty good in science. I went to North St. Paul High School, and I was proud of physics. I'm not going to interrupt those kids down there playing basketball, but so
What, 366 to 375 or 383?
2 years ago, my wife wanted me to put some cameras on the house, you know, Ring doorbell and
After everybody's ID'd and they give a brief statement, they can be released.
Arlo,
Write it up.
etc. So I did that, but when you're putting up these cameras, you gotta put the mount on a screw, you know, or a nail or something, right?
Sure.
Before you can put the magnetic mount on the Arlo cameras. Those of you that have Arlo cameras, they're a great camera. I'm a big fan of them. You know, you can get them with sound or without sound, but when you mount them, they're magnetic and they stick to these little mounts. So if you want to have them up under your roof, you got to go up on a ladder to get the mount up there. First, you got to put the mount in there, and so you mount the screw, and then you try to push the. It's like it catches on the screw, okay?
Okay.
So you got to push on it. So the thing about pushing to get it on the mount, when you're on a ladder, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Oh, I feel this coming.
Yeah, so of course I'm pushing too hard and the ladder's tipping and I do fall off a ladder. Destroyed my ankle pretty well for a while, which I had some great therapy and got back. But here's the thing. Now, I know you can't really appreciate this, but the ladder is falling. You're falling off a ladder. The ladder is falling. So the ladder's going to land on your steps. You know, your steps is up a couple of feet, right?
Right.
So the ladder falls at an angle, and it's landing on the steps. And so now you have a choice. You're about to land on your ladder. Okay?
Okay.
So you can either straddle the ladder and take the impact, or you can try to land on one foot. What choice would you take?
I've got a feeling that after this story, I'll try to straddle the ladder.
Well, I took the other option. I took the 1 foot. I took the 1 foot. That's why it was a bad decision. But in your mind, you don't want to fall straddling that ladder.
Right.
So. A little bit of traffic out here tonight. 5:30. Rush hour doesn't wind up till 6. Once we get to 6, then we can have. I guess I better turn here before somebody decides to. So. westbound on Maryland coming up on Payne. Westbound on Maryland coming up on Payne. We spent most of our time on the east side tonight, but it hasn't been bad because that's when most of the calls have been, even though there haven't been a lot of calls. So, the question is whether we should roam over to the other side of town.
Well, no doubt if we go to the other side of town, it's going to start happening over here.
Yeah.
Without fail, that seems to happen.
Well, you know, when it starts getting busy, be sure you share this video with your friends. And get a chance to... I know that our videos pale in comparison to some of those live streams at the riots, because I was watching them the other night, and that one kid, I think his name was Andrew Mercado, he had like 30,000 live stream, 30,000 simultaneous live viewers.
After the
Mercado Media, he's now Mercado
Yep.
Media.
That's exactly right.
He started out during the George Floyd thing, but now he travels around, does a very nice job, got a nice way about him. Got like 30,000, 40,000 viewers.
Copy, it's 1733.
I was reading where last night a journalist in Minneapolis was robbed of he was wearing body armor, which probably is not a bad idea when you're covering riots, but was robbed of his body armor and his backpack at gunpoint by some of the rioters.
There's a lot of cars on that freeway right now.
Assisting with 453 454. You can send me the juice on the check period.
She's going to make the lead prosperity. 1733.
We're going to head back Central District for a little bit. I just saw a sign there. It's an old billboard for John Lesh. Did you see it over there?
No, I didn't.
And, you know, I just want to say John lost his primary election for re-election to state rep. But it reminds me so often how people don't get a thank you for their service. Yeah, you know, we're never going to agree on all issues, but a guy serves that amount of time. I wonder who that was. Did you recognize him?
No, I did not.
Serves that amount of time in government, you know, he deserves a thank you for all that service. And you know, John was a pretty good advocate for law enforcement type issues. He didn't always agree with law enforcement on some things, but he always was genuine in trying to make the community a better place. So I just want to say thank you to John Lesh for your service in the State House.
And we are eastbound on Maryland at Sylvan right now. Or westbound, I apologize. Westbound on Sylvan, at Sylvan on Maryland, headed towards Rice Street.
Squad 532 and 537.
We got people next to us watching us on camera.
532.
537.
Yeah,
Disorderly conduct at the Raya Loft 261 East 5th Street, near apartment 712. Female from this apartment came after the comp, attempted to put her hands on her. Also tried to do this near the mailboxes. Described as a white female, 30 years old, 5 feet, wearing a black and pink dress. Saw seen wandering the halls.
take a quick ride through Tin Cup's lot here.
537.
Say hi to our friends at the Tin Cup. If anybody's outside.
Have we gotten a confirmation on that curfew yet?
No, we haven't. I'm going to call Chief Axtell. You won't hear his other side, but Call Todd Axtell.
Who would you like to call?
Todd Axtell.
Calling Todd Axtell Mobile.
Chief, just so you know, I'm on live, you're not, you're on a private call here, but I just want to check to see if there is a curfew tonight. We heard that there was through emergency management. No, we cannot. I can do it. We believe it's being signed, but we're not 100% certain that it's been done, or should we assume it has been? All right, or just text me. Text me. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye. Last he heard, the mayor was planning to sign one. He's anticipating the notice that there is one, so he's going to call us. He's going to verify that it's been signed.
Okay.
And text us. Let us know. Well, that will change the dynamics of the evening, won't it?
Yes, it will.
I think it's the right call. I think it's also unfortunate that everyone ends up paying a price for the stupidity of 500 looters, right?
Yep.
It's 500,000 people in Ramsey County, and I would say the number of people that stayed and continued looting was probably around 500. So 1 out of 1,000. 1 out of 1,000. The behavior of 1 out of 1,000 end up impacting the rest of us.
It's the case with so many things.
Yeah.
A few ruin it for many.
Exactly. Well, I'm a little bit shocked at how few people are here on Winnipeg.
Yeah, this is unusual. Surprisingly, one block over is a very quiet block of Winnipeg.
We're still on the call to create a deal for Walgreens voice page. I'll be there, going there after this incident.
Put it in the 378, that plate does not come back on file, just so you know.
I gotta get back to the M&H yet tonight. Over there at Arcade and buy some ices for that family.
529.
You think we can find that street again? I don't remember even where we were. I know about where we were.
73.
We were a block over, I think, from
Beach.
From where we got
Yeah. I think so too. About a block south, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the Pioneer Press is reporting this as well. Apparently, someone just sent us.
Code 4, your plate was not on file.
So I'm assuming the curfew is in place since the Pioneer Press is reporting. Now that might not be good for some of you that don't have confidence in the media.
We'll be up before you're the incident.
6th Street.
Copy.
So we're about to go north on Jackson for a little bit. Everybody's shortcut, of course. Not that everybody knows about it, but everybody that lives in this part of St. Paul uses this Cayuga shortcut. It always was a shortcut, but now it's a fixed up shortcut. Call Sheriff Hutchinson, see what's going on. Oh, Todd did text me, yes, the curfew is in effect, 8 p.m. tonight in St. Paul until 6 a.m. That technically means people are not supposed to be out on the street. Call Sheriff Hutchinson. Oh, check that out. Check that out. There's some serious football going on over there.
Oh, yeah.
Up downs. They're doing up downs over there. The Leorient and Cayuga. I gotta swing over there real quick. Love football. I don't know if I mentioned it, but played football at Hamlin. Played for some great coaches. I was all set to go to Gustavus Adolphus. And I got recruited on my birthday when I turned 18 by Coach Dick Mulkern from Hamlin. One of the finest men I ever met. And went to Hamlin, played 4 years of college football. I had the greatest experience ever. I'm a big fan of sports for kids.
30 East contact and break. Start with accident with injuries. Wheelock Parkway and Arcade Street. Vehicle struck Cobb's vehicle. Cobb's in shock. Is unable to answer questions.
Yeah, we're a little out of position for
Yeah,
that.
long ways to
But anyhow, yeah, football's a great sport. I got to work, got to meet a lot of great people along the way. We'll talk more about Hamlin as we go forward here. Let's call the Hennepin County Sheriff. See what's going on. In fact, we might start calling more people when it's slow.
306, do you copy the accident with injuries?
Hopefully he doesn't use a bad word when he answers the phone. He never uses bad words. What am I saying?
367 Wood, Alberta is brought to location.
Copy, 7044.
Figure out how to get to that football field. Let's see who that is.
Domestic 1375 Davern, Street 439, open line.
33.
There is all the high school football got canceled, as you know.
Copy.
So a lot of people aren't playing football, so that's got to be some type of local football.
Randomly talking, giving out info, history of abuse.
We're down on Acker Street off of Jackson. Don't ever let this video take you away from good family dinners. That's the one thing. Nothing better than a little family dinner.
Nothing better,
way,
nothing more important.
Where's my Twinkie?
Oh.
You forgot the
Oh,
Twinkie?
I forgot your Twinkie.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry. I'll get you a Twinkie when we get the slushies.
Yeah, so, perfect.
Is that what those things are called in the long wrappers? Those are called slushies?
No. Freezies.
Freezies.
Freezies. Here we're down here where the football is. These kids are working their butts off down there. Oh,
Whoa.
that could have been. Let's ask this guy who this is down here.
525 539. You guys go for it.
How you doing? Hey, what team is this? Oh, okay. The Bandits?
Oh, it is the Bandits? Do they play over at Conway sometimes? Practice at Conway? Conway Playground.
539, just checking your status.
This is the Bandits, huh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got a field over there, turf and stuff.
Boy, they're hitting it.
Are they just practicing or what? That's awesome. That's some
Very
real
cool.
work.
Thanks. Have a good night.
In the foyer.
Well, this is the Bandits. Yeah, I heard about them. It's a great program. Great program. Gotta see. Is this the Bandits? You got a son playing out there? That's awesome. They practice at Conway once in a while too, don't they? Just started? Good for him. What grade is this now? What age? Well, some of those kids are like 6 feet tall.
They're working them hard.
My son is like, he's almost 10 and
Yeah.
All right.
That's really cool. It's really great to have him in a program like that. Really great. Really awesome. Well, we got a guy going to block us in now. What's going on?
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Bob?
Good. Good to see you. What's going on?
Not much. I'm delivering papers right now.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm actually delivering papers, and I'm also doing delivering coffee. You want some coffee?
I'm not a coffee drinker.
I do
got
all my coffee in the morning.
My Mountain Dew right here.
Well, I got some Starbucks samples, and they're $2 off coupons. So.
Well, like, is it made already, or can I take it to my wife and she makes it later?
She can make it later. Yeah.
Well, my wife loves Starbucks.
All right. I'll give you.
Oh, thank you. Now I think we're blocked in.
Yeah, I think we're trapped.
That's really cool. So are there more than one team here? Is it like 2 different age groups, or? They are working hard out there. They're slacking?
He's going to sleep well tonight.
I'm going to get out of the car here in a minute. I'll go say hi to those kids.
There's like 8 of them in here.
That's very cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're the best. Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. I like watching you on Facebook.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. How do you think we're going to get out of here?
Well, I'll move so you guys can keep on patrolling.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Crying, did decline medic. Possibly under the influence of some type of substance. Blackmail 20 and 5-6, wearing a dark blue shirt and jeans.
Maybe. I'm going to try going backwards, huh?
Have a good night.
Thank you. Tell your kid I'm proud of him. Actually, I'm going to pull over right over here. Leave it away. I'm just going to get out for 1 second. Let those kids know I care about them.
I'll stay in here and watch over the car. I wish we were in a position here where we could angle this car to show how hard these kids are working. This is pretty impressive.
Martin contact. The vehicle's still there. Copy. Bravo 678. Every night.
Good. Hey, I'll put the sheriff just got back in the car. I'll put him on with the chief. Yeah. Chief first.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I got your text. So we'll make sure we let people know. So, you know, okay. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Yeah, bye-bye.
Sheriff Hutchinson, I got.
Did he have your call number? Or
I called him when I saw him.
Okay.
I didn't want to answer that one. And
Sheriff Hutchinson.
Sheriff Hutchinson called. Yep.
Oh, I got to thank those kids, those young kids on that Bandits football team. They're just amazing. You know, get out in that heat. I mean, 80s. Hello, Sheriff Hutchinson.
How are you, sir?
Again, the people are interested to hear about last night. How many you arrested over there? You know?
With that charge, we did about 132, about 67 PC felony charges for riot, burglary, etc. So we arrested about 130 people all through with misdemeanors and felonies. So we're happy.
All right, good. And I know you called us and we came over later in the night, but little tense time for starters, right?
No, I want to thank the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office, you and Mike Martin was out there, and the Ramsey County deputies were just very eager. There are a couple in the jail helping out, a couple on the street on the line, and man, they're just a phenomenal group of people. I would assume they're probably really close to, not first, but maybe second, because of course Ramsey County is number one.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, we're always number two. We're like Avis. We try harder though. See, Avis, you probably don't remember the Avis commercials because you're not old enough. Seeing as how you're practically young enough to be my son, right?
Well, I call you Grandpa because I thought you were old enough to be my grandpa.
No, well,
on the big 4-0 last May, I didn't get a gift from you, so thanks for that. It was my birthday was spent at the command post over there for the other civil unrest. So I haven't had a birthday, so feel free to buy me tickets to Vegas or something.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but maybe lunch at Tom Reed's. How's that?
That's fine with me.
Lunch at Tom Reed's. Well, we're out patrolling. How is it on your side of the river? Is it a little quieter today? It's pretty quiet over here on our side.
Yeah, so I'm getting ready. I'm downtown. I just got my uniform on. Then I stopped at the Bobby Steve for some beverages for the night, and I'm gonna go swing by the UFC, and then I'm gonna go out and drive around. And there's gonna be a ton of cops here. There's gonna be about 700 cops and a couple hundred guards people. So we're prepared, hopefully, and then we're actually going to have mobile units. So if stuff pops off in St. Paul or the suburbs, we're also going to come help because they've helped us so much. So
right.
The curfew, people abide by the curfew. We arrest some people and they go out to the suburbs to cause havoc or go to the St. Louis city over there. We're going to come over and help y'all like you help us and restore some order in the Twin Cities.
Well, our mayor did, I don't know if you heard this, our mayor here in St. Paul did adopt a curfew about a half hour ago. So
good.
You're not going to be able to shag people out of your city over to the saintly city.
Well, we'll just and all jokes aside, we're gonna, all resources, Minneapolis included, are gonna go. If it pops off in the east suburb, we're gonna go over. If it pops off in the west suburb, south suburb, north suburb, we have other sheriff's offices on board. We're going to be ramped up until at least Saturday, but we'll be ramped up until we can stand down and start acting like adults.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. All right, well, call me later if there's something going on over there. It'd be good for us to know. Give us a call. We'll be working till about 11.
Who are you with tonight? I heard someone chuckle like that.
Pat Scott, he's an icon, 30-year career with St. Paul PD, and now he works as an analyst for us part-time.
So he's only worked half as long as you then.
Yeah, thanks. So,
if he's 30, you're 60 years old.
Here's the thing. Yeah, he actually started in law enforcement before me. I don't know if you were like a high schooler or what.
I was 20 years old when I started.
20, a year or two before.
75.
So, but then he trained. I was down in Texas, then he came up here.
I was born in 1980, if that makes you guys so old.
Holy smokes. I was 8 years out of high school.
The thing about it is, Touch, I'm never going to hold your youth and inexperience against you.
Yeah, I was going to get some dive in there. I'm going to call your wife.
Well, we appreciate what you're doing.
We'll call you.
Yeah, call me.
We'll call you, but your staff will be over here. It sounds like a bunch, and crazy Mike Martin. And again, thank you, Bob. You're a hell of a leader in the Twin Cities, and your help was very, very appreciative last night. And the Ramsey County deputies did a heck of a job, and I got to thank a bunch of them. So keep on doing the good work and doing God's work, as they say.
Yeah. Likewise, ditto. Thank you. Appreciate it.
See you, Grandpa.
Bye.
Bye, Grandpa.
Bye. Yeah, I am a grandpa, actually, now that you mention it. But I have 3 grandchildren. 6, 4, and 1.5. But, well, that's roughly. But the point is, I never liked being called grandpa.
Hold up in front of the address and help that out.
And, I don't know how to get over the fact that you felt old being called grandpa, but I'm over it now.
I became a grandpa at 45.
Hey, your daughter was working last night or today, right up in White Bear.
Okay.
She was out on a traffic stop. I was going to try to run over there and back her up.
Oh, nice.
But I didn't. We never got over there. But yeah. So what hours is she working right there?
It's hard to keep track of what their hours are. I don't understand their shifts.
She's having an argument with him. She's at the door leading to the outside. She's not sure if she's going to be able to get in or not. Nothing physical right now.
Oh, 444.
Yeah, we're bringing up there now.
444 Maryland. Oh, there's the troops. What's going on?
The guy inside said hang on.
I didn't even know you were here.
You're so discreet.
I was just going to tell the viewers there was a murder here last year. When's that trial come up for this one, I was just wondering where the trial comes up for this murder. I talk to him in the jail every once in a while. Busy place. You guys got it covered. All right, anyhow, there was murder here last year, 444. And West Maryland. How's it going?
373.
How's it going?
My apologies. Looks like she's going to be at 1069 Earl, which is the cousin's address.
Stand by.
I'll try to verify it, or she thinks he's breaking into the apartment now.
Anyhow, that was a gang unit. They were doing some work there. Always out there. Those guys do amazing work. Probably the most knowledgeable group of police officers in Minnesota regarding violent crime and violent offenders.
Yeah, when they get together with the sheriff's SIU or apprehension team, it's hard to beat combination.
So we're westbound on Maryland, about to go southbound on Dale. Creamy cone right across the street there. Lake Como straight ahead.
373. We're going to consult the suspect before she fled. It's unknown if he's still on scene. Detail 1.
You know, there's certain kind of music. There's rock music, you know, and you know, so sometimes when you're in a mood to get, like when you want to go running, you want to have some fast music, right?
Oh yeah.
You follow me here?
Absolutely.
And then sometimes you just want easy listening, right? Easy listening. So I guess my point is tonight is sort of like easy listening.
Yes, it is.
You know, you can follow what's going on tonight, but you can relax outside, have a burger while you're listening. You know, and then later on tonight it'll change. So the point is we got a theme song for the easy listening days.
Yeah, we got to come up with one.
Easy listening. Easy like Sunday morning. I guess the one thing I can't do is sing on the T radio without getting the rights to the song. Otherwise. Sounds like most of the pending calls are actually over on the east side.
1803.
So, as much as we gravitate back here to Frogtown, got a call at 1089 York on a significant domestic assault. East side cars have been so backed up they haven't been able to get to it yet. We're down to 87 degrees outside. Wow, yeah, look at your phone, see what the real temperature is.
And we are eastbound on Minnehaha from Kent. It says we are currently 86 degrees.
Really?
Doesn't really feel that warm.
No, it's not very humid anymore, at least for us. Of course, in fairness, we do have the air conditioning on with the windows open.
Yeah, like most cops, every season of the year, unless it's a torrential downpour or a raging blizzard, you patrol with your windows open.
You gotta be able to hear what's going on out there, at least a little bit. So let's hope and pray for a quiet night for the poor downtown Minneapolis folks. I don't know. Any of our analysts out there, has 1089 York been dispatched yet? Let us know. Otherwise, if it hasn't, we're we're gonna pick up the pace a little bit, try to get over there. And it has not been dispatched. Alright, well, we're not actually close, but we can get there, probably. See, there's different reasons that calls are assigned different categories. You know, priority 1 are obviously a shooting in progress, someone's been shot. You know, 4 or 5 are, you know, usually some theft without a victim. But a call like this should be dispatched in 20 minutes. And if the violence escalates, it should be dispatched faster. Just a reminder, if you just tuned in, there is going to be a curfew tonight at 8 o'clock. So get out and do what you got to do. It's just for St. Paul and Minneapolis. It does not affect the suburbs. You know, if the looting continues, I would imagine that it probably will at some point. But as of right now, cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul have adopted a 8 o'clock curfew, 8 till 6. And again, it's unfortunate. I think it was the right call by both mayors, but it's unfortunate that 1 out of 1,000 people can behave in a way that requires the rest of us to change the way we live. So we're on our way to 1097.
Just met Xavier in an Avon southwest corner. Female with a cut on her knee and against the wall.
1089
Possibly DK. White female in an orange shirt.
York.
Yep.
And why don't you read the narrative there so people know what we're headed
Okay,
into?
the latest update is the caller said the male pulled the female back into the apartment.
Well, what was before there? Did they
It
hit her or
was
something?
caller said she saw a black male hit a white female in the head twice as the door opened briefly.
So he struck her twice, and then the caller said he pulled her back in, right?
Yep.
And we're still not able to get a call dispatched.
Apartment is on the second floor to the right of the stairs. Doesn't know the exact apartment number. Clear.
So we're eastbound on York. We're off Arcade. Arcade is 820. So we're going at the 1089. So we might have to jog up to Case and back down because some of these roads don't necessarily go through perfectly. But this should be 880 here at Mendota.
Looks like we're looking at Frank, maybe the building where that HHR was dumped a couple weeks ago.
That's what I was thinking too. What do you think the best way to get there?
I think we got to go left. I think.
I do too. And then come back down, right?
Yep.
362.
We'll use the left too, as long as we're got a woman that's been hit twice.
Engineering us investigate 12 56 listed.
So how many minutes? What time did this call come in there, analyst?
Investigating 1811.
Bravo 480.
Bravo 480.
Clear. Backing off D.
Good.
Clear.
Email it out.
366.
Hopefully they're giving this call out now.
366.
Have you searched at 360's location 1484 right there? On callback, the suspicious male, caller believes, is just saw him in the 1700 block in Nebraska going eastbound in the alley.
Can we get that way?
He tried to shoot up the block when
I think so, yeah.
by the comp. White male, 17 to 25 years old.
There's a squad going to a different call. That's how things work here. They got to prioritize them. That squad's going to a different call. And we're going to 1089 here. And you're not going to be able to come in with us.
This should be it right here.
Yep. I'm going to turn around maybe. This lady's sleeping. She all right? Just making sure you're okay. We're the police. Are you okay, ma'am? Yeah. Oh, you look like you were dozing out there for a minute. No problem. You guys live here? No, we're just picking someone up, sir. All right, very good. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure she wasn't the victim before we go in there. So 1089, what apartment? What?
Top of the stairs to the right. They don't know the exact apartment number.
Copy. Thank you. 1813.
Well. You got any of these?
Yes, I do.
Copy. 176, can you serve for dangerous condition 1845 Sheridan at the Shebang Mandarin Academy for 4 boys on the roof? Can't really.
I'll park over here so they can't see us. It was on the right, right?
Yep. I'm going to grab the door before they shut it.
Yep, thank you.
If I can get out.
I think they're moving slow, aren't they?
Nope.
Not that slow.
Not that slow.
All right, you'll be here for a little bit by yourselves. We'll leave the radio on.
There's another squad that can start for the assist medicine at Van Buren and Avon, Southwest corner for an DK email.
383.
383.
You can show me clear, and I'll be back en route to the APD on White Bear, Nevada.
1814.
It's going to be in the courtyard of 911 and 915 Minnehaha. Large group of dudes. I don't see any fighting.
Copy. We also got a call from 907 Minnehaha.
Unmarked black Charger.
Copy. Bravo squad, an unmarked black Charger. And other squads, we have 907 Ha West. Group of people fighting outside. People are carrying huge things.
White Chevy Equinox, no plate info, possibly en route to Egan.
271, copy that.
1814.
I'll take start.
Cancel 271, we're down in that area.
Copy 271, you're clear.
10-8, thank you.
Copy and a welfare check for a client who's been drinking for 3 days. Also, boyfriend on scene who should be drinking. Tanya Siltinen, white female, 0 squad to assist.
2274.
1815. 25.
360.
360.
Just spoke with the comp, so it's just going to be like a stop and ID, suspicious character at this point.
Copy. Stop and ID for a suspicious party at 1817.
94 Silver Lake Road at 1817.
Strike 1, code 4.
Copy. Code 4, 1817.
$51.84. 2710 Dale on the 3rd floor, assisting medics with a 38-year-old female conscious breathing having a seizure.
Day 4 copy, nice, advice.
1818. $39.26.
26.
2504 2nd Avenue East on a theft of Comp's tools stolen by Comp's 26-year-old son. Comp has video footage.
375.
375.
GOA can send me the hit and run.
Copy. 1167 Kennard at 1819.
$24.15.
2415.
730.
373.
Advise. Send us another.
Three 373 for Colmark assault at 1089 York on the 2nd floor. Anonymous callers state that they saw a black male hit a white female in the head twice as their door was briefly disconnected on the PC. For history, possible names of the conflict name hour. 1820.
Copy now.
1820.
366.
366.
I'll be out with him. Arlington, Flandreau.
Out with the male, Arlington and Flandreau. 360. 1820.
You can cancel 280. We're not far from that call.
280, you can clear.
280 copy. Thanks, guys.
1820.
$2,400. We're out at 1089 York. Is there any more information on which apartment it might be?
Negative, it's just the 2nd floor. We'll take a look at our records again.
29, we copy the cancel on that, man.
Copy. 187, do you copy the cancel?
Thank you.
Squad to start for a weapon call at Ashland and Arundel, 10 to 11.
362, en route to HQ evidence.
1822.
Copy.
187.
87.
We'll go to that weapon.
Copy, okay, use a second.
Sirius Squad, I can break to assist medics at 940 for 2 slumbers, male and female, inside of a white vehicle parked in front.
GOA concern.
Squad to assist.
367, Zuckerberg.
Copy. $2,400. I'm not finding anything.
Okay, we checked Department 6. It wasn't that. The squad here is going to check the rest.
Copy, 1823.
What's that say? What's that say?
That's the curfew notice.
Okay. Oh, we just got a curfew notice on our phone. Anyhow, we could not find the parties that were involved here. You did see the St. Paul car pull up. We turned it over to them. We did talk to a very nice lady.
8190.
Actually, we thought she was a victim in one of those apartments there. But originally, her boyfriend wasn't too keen on letting her come out to talk to us. But she did. And she was very cooperative and friendly. It turns out she watches us on Facebook.
Yes, she does.
And so we had a nice laugh amongst ourselves. Okay? And I want to thank you. Thank you, young lady. I won't mention your name, but if you turned on, thank you for being so kind to us. So the squad's going to try to knock on all the other doors to determine who the potential victim is that matches the description. But we went up the steps to the right as directed, and that was definitely not the place. So, what do we got here? So, hopefully, whoever it is okay. So I'm imagining those of you that watch the 6 o'clock news. How's it going, everybody? Beautiful day, huh? You're enjoying it? Looks like you're having fun. Have a good night. Oh, M&H. M&H. We gotta go get the popsicles for that. Someday, every squad car is going to have a live feed. It'll start by going into the dispatch center. Already is, really. A lot of fire departments already do that so they can monitor each other's response to fires. So it won't be long. It's simple technology to take a squad car camera and feed it somehow.
Medic, Bradbury Island, mail down.
Technology's already there, the The different special forces already use that on their cameras, just like the Osama bin Laden.
Right.
They can transmit it back real time to the president watching, as they hit the compound. You'll see that infamous picture of Hillary Clinton there in the war room. But it's coming for law enforcement too. It's really a little bit of a question of how much access to let the public have. There's going to be a lot of different arguments when that happens, but because there are some competing privacy concerns that need to be addressed.
There's certainly certain victims of certain crimes that are not going to want known to publicly.
Yeah. But the technology will start rolling out in 5 years here for departments to purchase to be able to see squad cars and body cameras live. And after then, the public debate will start about who should have access to that. But obviously, Facebook has made it pretty simple.
I've heard it said that Facebook has the most advanced facial recognition system there is.
2362 Tango arriving. We're ready to ship.
So we're going to M&H. There was a...
Ada 196. Might want to start fire. The inside of the vehicle is smoking.
Copy, starting fire for the vehicle, smoking, 8029.
Up in New Brighton, they got a car on fire, or at least smoking.
If we're moving a PPV, Tom Joel.
We're going down to M&H, and there was a car stolen overnight, and one of the victims sustained some injuries. That's not why we're going. We're going to get
97 male conscious. We're getting them out of the car now.
We're going to get some ICs for those kids. But we might run into a victim that wants to talk to us. It's in the pending queue. It's to write the report because it's a St. Paul case. But we might run into a victim here in case you see someone approach us. I always like to make a swing through the lot just to see who's here before we settle in. I don't think the off-duty started here yet, but that could be Randy's car. Oh, no.
Squad 5183 and 5181.
How's it going?
Suspicious in state of closet, 1651 Penn Road, C, Charles West. For a male picking up shoes, hiding them in his backpack. Mid-20s, black male, 6'2", heavy set with a black hat, bandana, black top, black shorts.
Well, this call's been impending for,
taking items out of backpack at 18.
took my spot. Took my spot. Been impending for 35 minutes, so possible. But I am going to turn around just so you can see if anything happens. You never know. It's good to have witnesses. How's it going? So you go in first, and then I'll go in later.
Okay.
See if we can find some ices.
Now they're called ices, is what they're called?
Ices. But if they don't have them, just get popsicles.
Okay.
Box of popsicles. We'll take them over there. That'd be good too. I'll watch out here until you come back.
All right.
And see if you see a victim in there, just tell her St. Paul's coming.
Okay.
So here we are. Hopefully get a little more activity. Hasn't been too busy, but that's good.
8190.
Sometimes after major incidents like that,
You can advise fires or not break.
it is a little slower the next day or two. We've seen that because
advising fires are no longer needed, just need the rig.
not so much because the protesters, but of course the criminals, the people that commit high percentage of crime, is by the way a very small number, but they know that there's extra police out during that time, so quite often they lay low for a day or two until so as they say in the movies, the heat is off. Doesn't really matter if we're looking for them or not. The point is they know that there's a large number of people out here, and there's a large number of law enforcement officers on the street. So
360.
360.
Advise with 66.
1833.
take a look, see what else we got in pending.
Are we still in contact with the cops?
Got a guy firing a BB gun. A 10-year-old firing a BB gun.
I'm down here suspicious.
Over on the other side of town.
Copy 626 Goodrich Avenue at 1833.
How's it going? Good to see you.
The 187, I copy your interrupt that as well. You can show us 10-8. Thanks. Copy.
If we're going to be out with the mail at the...
E106.
Yeah, again, we're trying to monitor 6 frequencies at once. Sometimes that gets a little tough.
When you're able, can you check your messages?
So,
thank you, 1834.
and I am going to maybe turn on the Minneapolis police frequency. Actually, man, I might not do that. Actually, now that I think about it. Oh, I was thinking they're encrypted, but they're not encrypted. Pat says no. Can't find them. Yeah, Minneapolis isn't encrypted yet. Hennepin County went to encryption now. So
287.
No popsicles, no ices.
that's ridiculous.
We may have to
I gotta go get them something.
maybe pop into, is this grocery store up here, this Cub open?
I don't think.
Yeah.
See, we got.
1835.
You think they would like candy? I'll get some candy.
There you go.
Skittles?
360.
Oh, Skittles is always a winner.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
We'll get some Skittles. Talk to the viewers.
Copy. Your comp's going to be at 1147 Westminster, number 5.
Well, the staff inside the M&H doesn't know anything about someone having called us or called the St. Paul police. And they don't have freezies and they don't have popsicles, so it looks like the kids are going to get Skittles.
And west. 1832. 366.
366.
I'll take your other PCN. I read it.
Thank you.
This is a pretty busy
Well,
gas
parking lot
station.
with a child under 4 years old with visitors parking. No adult, no windows open. Latest Echo Bravo November 242, 1836.
Happy Brandon Grado, 1850.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think that hub is there anymore. Thank you, viewer, who pointed that out. I think you're right.
Squad 2365.
It's a little muggy out, but it's not
Sending you a
too
phone call
uncomfortable at
request
this
in regards
point.
to theft from auto.
6-5 copy.
Even with the body armor on.
809 finish last park. 373.
373.
James, this is suspicious. Marketed unfound at 2400 today.
Copy.
That was the squad car that came up on York where we were. They just cleared from the call as unfounded.
Copy.
Tango and 5186.
5182 Tango.
86.
Get to 2438 Dale Street North for a 12-year-old neighbor child.
Probably about 20 years ago now, maybe 15 years.
Have a phone, is afraid to go back.
A 2-officer squad car was in a car accident right here at this intersection of Arcade and Minnehaha. And both the officers were knocked unconscious in the accident.
373.
And some rather unscrupulous people began to steal their badges. I think they got one of their wallets, some other property out of the car. Thank God they didn't take their guns. But that was, that's the sad side of humanity that we sometimes see.
Copy 10-3 for 373 at case number.
Both the officers did recover.
Copy 10-3.
Where are the heartbreaking days?
Is the vehicle set?
Yeah, this is just goes there for this way. I'm with them.
$51.85.
I'll be replacing 86. He's aware.
Copy 1839.
Well, it appears as soon as we came back to the east side, it started slowing down again over here, which is a good thing. Hi.
5908.
5908.
Code 4 on a suspicious.
Code 4 on the suspicious at Walmart 1840.
Here comes the sheriff with a bag full of goodies. You got a bag full of goodies.
Well, I was in the Skittle aisle, getting the Skittles, and then as I was getting like 8 Skittles for each of them. I remembered something that the first one said.
Oh, bubblegum.
Bubblegum. I had to go back and get some Hubba Bubba.
Good memory.
I didn't even know that kids still ate bubblegum. You know, chewed bubblegum.
Yeah.
Because that was, we were little. We used to get the bubblegum with the baseball cards. I don't know if you remember that, but I collected all these baseball cards. If I still had them, I probably wouldn't be working. I'd be a millionaire. Back in the 60s and 70s.
27.
But,
918 grand.
I was mentioning 15, 20 years ago when that squad car with 2 officers in it got creamed in a car accident here at the intersection. Some unscrupulous people stole their badges while they were unconscious.
Oh, yeah.
Thank goodness did not take their guns.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
171. 171.
Well,
They're full swarm.
we got a couple other calls we probably could try to head to over in the Central District, but I just want to ring closure to this. I hate to tell kids they're coming back and then not show.
Right.
So, now you got to help me find the house there, Patrick.
Okay, we got to head over to...
I know it was 1 block over from Beach, right?
Right. So that would be...
And by the way, I'm going to turn here just because...
Okay, here's Beach.
We were on Mendota and Beach here. But she was at 1033.
Were we on
I
Margaret?
was thinking it was here, right?
Yeah.
Well, the problem is we weren't headed to the call.
373.
This is not good. This is not a good scenario.
Can we get someone with an IBIS to come to stuff, please?
No?
No, that doesn't look right.
No, I'm further right.
Yeah. I think 1000 and up, somewhere in there.
You know, if somebody wants to go back on our live feed and tell us where we were at the time we ran into those kids, that would be awesome-matic. That'd probably be deserving of a pizza. There was a hill. Remember there was a hill?
Yep.
And they were going over to the pool. This doesn't look familiar either, right?
No, it doesn't.
We're going to go down one more because 1033 was actually... And then we're going to go over to the next... Go over one...
This... Were we on a downhill like this?
Not this much of a downhill.
Okay.
Close. We got another solution. Remember I told them when you hear the siren, come running?
Yep.
We'll go over 1 block. Yeah, Joe, it wasn't 1033 Beach. That's where we were at when we gave the people that stuff. But we're talking about that little family.
Yeah, Beach was where they gave us the our ICs. Yeah.
Huh. But I think when we cut over, we were on our way down to... We were on our way down to Mounts Park, right?
Yep. And didn't we turn onto Forest? Did you see that? No.
But this is feeling more like it. How about you?
Yeah, this feels better.
Top of this hill somewhere.
Boy.
373. Sorry, is there anyone in the county that can come with an IBIS?
Feels right.
I'll check. How are you code for?
Yep.
Well, I've been informed we can't go back and look at the video until it's not live. So, therein lies a problem.
Score 532, I'm turning.
Meanwhile, we gotta check out this red SUV. Something isn't right.
Checking for anyone from county with an IBIS to assist in call and traffic stop.
257 X-Ray Hotel Victor.
2364.
257
2364.
X-Ray Hotel Victor.
2364. Could you head to Case and Burr in St. Paul to assist?
64 copy.
Thank you, 1846.
Could have been here, huh?
373.
Maybe.
Replace your bicycle with first aid bicycle. Tell us about the contours. This is my history.
Bring it back another day, because But we will be stopping at 7 o'clock and restarting. So maybe we can do it then. How's it going? What are you chewing there, lad? What do you want? You want some Skittles? Give me. I got some Skittles. Skittles. Yeah, it's Skittles.
I ain't shaving those Skittles.
Yeah, give me a bag of Skittles.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go, partner.
Oh, definitely.
There you go. You bet.
Right?
Have a good one.
Who can say no to Skittles?
The sugar high of candy. What was going on with the county cars coming in to help it burn case? Burn case, couple county cars are helping.
(963) Tango Alpha Golf. 963 Tango Alpha Golf.
That is an Audi, right? Right? Is that what those circles are?
Yeah, that's an Audi.
Well, we are looking for a black Audi, but it didn't have a plate yesterday. He was definitely speeding when we first.
He was moving.
He's obviously anxious to pass this guy. He probably doesn't know who we are yet. You guys could run that 963 Tango Alpha Golf.
I can start shooting if there's a
366.
You change the location to 1325 Westminster.
Copy.
Said he was already at the hospital and could not figure out how to get back.
That was
5183.
That was.
But is it?
5183.
Is it an Audi?
360.
Because that's not a G6,
We'll
right?
back for a
It's
second. We'll swing by.
963 Tango Adam. A as an Adam Golf.
With 9173 and 9178 to copy. 2071 Spruce Place on a welfare check. Third-hand information. Callers Foster says the address.
Straight 2.
Straight 2.
Straight 2 and 224 will be at the DKP to assist on Rose.
Copy.
We'll take a couple other squads.
7-3 copy as well.
Just going to have a casual conversation with this gentleman.
Clear and I'll head that way.
Advise him of his speeding.
And 9178 copy.
I'm trying to eat my chicken, man.
And you are, and you were trying to test out just how quick it could go.
Yeah, then I'll eat my chicken.
Dude, where do I know you from?
You look familiar.
I swear to God. You know what?
I'm Pat Scott.
Pastor.
Fletcher.
You remember me? I'm about 38. You remember me when I was about like 20 years old.
What's your name?
James Humble.
Oh, James, how are you, man?
All right.
Good. We'll socially distance back.
Hey, man, I'm fucking pissed right now, man. They shutting the fucking city down for some bullshit going on in Minneapolis, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know why?
Yeah,
Because
the guy fucking killed himself.
Yeah. Well,
This shit's stupid as fuck.
that's 500 people that ruined it for the rest of us 500,000.
500. Exactly. 500 ruining for
500,000. Exactly.
You got that right.
That's what one
Good to see you.
out
Likewise,
of 1,000.
James.
Man, though, what you-
That's a beautiful.
What you doing?
He's working with the sheriff's office.
Working for the sheriff now. I like your ride, by the way.
You got a beautiful car. You just got to slow down a little bit.
And then you won't wear your food.
Shit all over me already.
Where'd you get the chicken?
Cherry Pit.
Oh, you did.
They got the best fucking chicken wings.
Yeah.
Oh, they do have good wings. You do the dry rub?
Cajun dry rub right here.
There you go. There you go. You have the wonton tacos?
Me and my lady had it Tuesday.
Isn't that some good stuff?
Hey, I'm sitting here eating this cake. She got me hot. Hey, but it's good though.
Uh-huh.
The Cajun and the house rub.
Yeah. Hey, one more thing. The curfew is only St. Paul, Minneapolis, so you can find a first ring suburb to go to.
Everything. I'm going to fucking Apple Valley.
There you go.
There you go.
They're open.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Yeah, you're looking good.
Thank you, man.
You go ahead. You go first.
Wipe my hands off. Your chicken good as hell. Thank you, guys.
All right,
have a good one.
See you later. Thank you. Yeah, James Humphrey. Look at old. He's doing pretty good for himself, huh?
Indeed.
That's a nice Audi he's got there.
Yeah. Looks good. He looks really
Yeah,
good.
he looks healthy too. And he's another happy customer about the curfew. Like he said. Why do those people ruin it for the rest of us?
All three are black males, one with 6'2", muscular build, wearing white face on the black pants, the other wearing red shirt. No keeping.
Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna wind down. We're gonna log off at 7 o'clock, so somebody can go back and help us out with the map as to what street those kids were on. And we're gonna deliver this Hubba Bubba. It's the last thing we do tonight. We're gonna get that Hubba Bubba delivered. If a call comes in, good news is this area over here is
We're code 4.
got a fair amount of shots fired. So even when we're looking, maybe we'll be in the right area. So I hope when you log back on, if you do log back on, you tell your friends, you share it with your friends to come and join us. We're going to work another 4 hours. Then we got to get to bed relatively early because tomorrow, Friday night, right?
Yep.
Friday night. Friday Night Lights. Somebody let me know what our squads were doing over on Burren Case there. I have it in a note here. I think I mentioned this, I'm over 30,000 now. This car is a year old, but just being on patrol.
1037, you 1012.
Just pounds on those miles.
That's a lot of miles.
30,000 in 1 year.
For code 4. Copy, you see the hit on Tommy Green. Yep, thank you. And welcome 1856.
So
2363.
656.
2363. You can change this call to a loop,
If
and it'll be clear.
you decide to go do something more constructive, we certainly understand. We won't have our feelings hurt, but glad you would join us for a while. We're going to go restart, and then hopefully my wife will go back and figure out exactly where we were.
Clear report.
And it's going to be a little bit of you're going to need a map to figure that out. Might have to work it back from where we turned. How's it going? How's everybody? Good. I think they might want us to eat some of that food. They might have a hot dog with some cheese in it. Because Pat never gets me that. What are we cooking? Chicken? Serious? Well, you're obviously going to have extra.
No way y'all can eat all that.
He only buys me hot dogs at holiday. You know? I don't even get the ones with the cheese in them. He's just...
5182 Tango, squad to be clear.
Sorry about that.
1858.
I like those, but he says they never got them. I don't know. That's... So...
He's got to get me there earlier.
Who's the main cook here?
All right.
So here's a question for you. How long do you cook the chicken? You're 100% right. Very good. How long do you cook the steak? Oh, you do, huh? How can you ruin a perfectly good... How can you ruin a steak like that? Yeah. Yeah. You're 100% right. You should get a job as a restaurant. Yeah, you should. All right, we'll see you guys.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
No ketchup on the steak.
Hey, you know, how about burgers? Brat burgers? Oh. I put a little Worcestershire sauce and butter. Worcestershire sauce. That's the secret. And actually, I saw it on that cooking show. That guy that was competing, he used that Worcestershire sauce on a hamburger too.
5908.
That's the secret ingredient.
5908.
Keep it moist.
Change to a dispute. Clear advised. And I'll be back on off duty.
I'm not a great cook, but I can cook like 3 things. Spaghetti.
Okay.
Steak.
We're just attempting to make contact.
And,
Can we get a 10-1 per minute?
Oh, here we go.
Have somebody coming to the door.
Copy,
All right.
1014 Fair Lake, 1029.
You know, it's a pleasant night out tonight. I gotta say. People are having fun.
5183, status check.
People are having fun. We got a squirrel in front of us. I'm gonna hit that poor guy.
8 firm checking.
People are having fun and people are pretty much in a good mood.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
controlled for now.
In a good mood.
Copy controlled and advising the line is in the area, 1900.
Unfortunately, historically, people don't start their criminal activity until the cover of darkness. All right, we're going to log off. Please come back. Again, if you want to text us a question, I got to answer some of these questions now. I apologize, but it's 651.
9171, we're
651 448 3810. 651 448 3810.
Nice retail.
Somebody thought we were off of Forest. Somebody else says Mendota and Wilson. Now we're getting some serious help. You know, might have been down there.
That actually...
Oh, here we go.
Anyone's nearby there.
Wilson and Forest.
It's not related to anything going on.
Could be Wilson and Forest. Someone said Maryland and Forest. It's not Maryland because we were south of Minnehaha. Somebody else said Maryland and Forest.
Forest.
Mendota and Wakefield. That might be. Mendota and Wilson. Keep those ideas coming. We're going to log off. You guys can go help us out here. So Pat, hit the...
All right, we'll catch you soon. Ready?
Yep.